Alright guys, we're just about 30 minutes from kickoff. Got your Georgia Bulldogs against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let me just fix a few things here volume wise. 30 minutes until kickoff, guys. Georgia Bulldogs, Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it's gonna be a lot of Georgia fans on tonight, but I'm going with Alabama. I'm going with those Bama boys tonight. Roll Tide. What's up, everybody in Wrench Gang? Marissa, Jan. Hope you guys having a good night. Pro Master, Team Alabama. All right, so I'm really hoping that we don't struggle too much with the streams tonight. I'm gonna try ESPN, see if they give us a hassle. If they do, then I've got two radio networks that should work, and hopefully we'll be fine. But that's where we are. Marissa's going for Georgia. Should have known that. She's down there in Georgia as well. Yeah, Pro Master, I'm going for Alabama. Man, Zamir's White stats are looking amazing.
These moments seem magical. The emotions,
how about them?
Unforgettable. Immortal heroes, amazing games, stunning finishes.
Alabama wins!
Each generation boasts its own greatest ever national title moment.
He's going for the corner. He's got it.
What it takes to get here reaches far beyond what most can endure.
We're not practicing to beat somebody. We're practicing to beat everybody.
Two teams sit on the precipice of greatness.
We're bringing all the domination with us.
Now, it comes down to this moment.
It's not about what you've done, it's about how you finish.
Tonight, the team that seizes it will stand alone.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, with you for every mile on the road to greatness. Goodyear is more driven.
All right,
Some
guys, we should be good. Sorry
when
about
they
the
travel
audio
by
issues.
air to ride the blitz. Some would like to ride the right arm of the Heisman Trophy winner, Bryce Young. Set single-season records for yards and touchdowns. First Alabama quarterback to win the Heisman. Cool, calm, collected, no matter what.
And they throw deep to an open receiver. Touchdown, Alabama.
You make a mistake in coverage, Bryce Young's going to find it.
For me, football became a sport when I was in 8th grade. Up until then, it was
Jan, is everything
equal
good now?
football or
Everything
basketball.
should be,
At the end of my 8th grade
should be
year,
fixed
right
audio-wise.
after the last day of school, I got my first offer. It was actually from Cliff Kingsbury. It was super special for me. I remember me and my dad had a conversation. It's like, yeah, man, I don't know when your first basketball offer would come, so it seems like we should stick with this one. During the recruiting process, you know, there's a lot of knocks about just my size. Not being tall enough, not weighing enough. A lot of schools, a lot of coaches that were discouraged and, you know, didn't believe in me, at least in their program. I never looked at it as something I couldn't overcome.
Perfect.
The winner of the 2021
so yeah.
Heisman Memorial
Georgia
Trophy,
Bulldogs.
Bryce Young.
Alabama
From
Crimson
California
Tide.
and ended up in
If
Tuscaloosa.
you didn't hear me
was
earlier, I'm going
really
with
for me just the search to
I'm going
find
with
the
Alabama
best
for this one.
opportunity for myself and the
think
best
that's what I'm
school that
gonna
would put me in the
roll
best
with tonight.
situation and would challenge me to become the
Put my
best
bets
player
in.
in person. It was
And,
clear as day that this was a place that I needed to be.
I'm on roll Tide for tonight. Pretty
There's
excited.
Bryce's parents. Dad Craig's a mental conditioning coach. His mother Julie had a chance to visit with them during the Heisman Trophy weekend. Such wonderful people. You see Will Anderson's parents, a star defender there, and there is Bryce. 46 touchdowns this year, more than 4,500 yards, and so much is scoring that way on that right arm of Bryce Young. But Alabama finds a lot of ways to get in the end zone.
The key to this game is Alabama's ability to score non-offensive touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
Under Coach Saban,
Yeah, I've seen,
no team in college football has
you
scored
and
more
Marissa,
non-offensive touchdowns
Team Georgia.
than the Tide.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yep.
It's going to be
They
a good
got
one,
one in
guys.
the first game against Georgia, didn't
They got the pick six.
Should have had two. There's Jamison Williams as we're watching the Alabama offense. Saw Brian Robinson earlier, transfer from Ohio State, a first-team All-American.
I mean, wheels. Not like good speed, ridiculous speed. He hits the gas, and it's very tough to stay in front of him. He torched Georgia in the SEC championship game. If they don't have an answer to one, they're not going to win the game.
I tell you what, guys, it starts right there, though, up front.
Big
That's
boys.
where it all starts, in the trenches, because we know the strength of Georgia's defense is their front seven, and the big guys up front, they didn't allow one sack, not one sack in the SEC championship game.
About 19
the big
minutes
guys
until
going to have to
kickoff.
come and play tonight if Alabama's going to have a chance to win a national championship.
But Jordan Davis won the Bednarik as the nation's best defensive player. He's been so strong, but really they got him gassed. He was not really effective against the Tide the first time.
Yeah, and you better take it personal. You get beat up. You better be ready. And Nakobe Dean in the middle. This dude, I tell you what, man, you talk about smarts, you talk about speed, you talk about instincts. He's going to have to set the tone. He's going to blitz a lot versus Bryce Young. He's going to have to get him on the ground. But Quay Walker, another linebacker, will be running around. This defense, Des, they're not as short on talent.
Not at all. And Quay Walker is a physical freak. When you talk to coaches that have played against him, coached against him, they say, listen, keep an eye on number 7. He's a guy at 6'5", 240 pounds, can run sideline to sideline, pretty good in coverage, and is a guy excellent in the blitz package.
Hetrick is a transfer from Clemson. He was the most valuable player in the Orange Bowl against Michigan because he had 2 interceptions. He's a great athlete, that kid, boy.
Darian Kendrick, the MVP of the Orange Bowl. Here is Nakobe Dean, the leader of that defense. You know, he wasn't perfect. He made a B in 8th grade typing. Since then, 4.0 student, leader, exemplary, on the field, off the field, and in the community.
And the Dogs will head to the national championship game.
A young man from Horn Lake, Mississippi. What's it going to be like to play for a national championship next week?
You know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing that I'm in this position. And I appreciate you giving a shout out to Horn Lake and Tunica, Mississippi. Thank you.
I grew up in Horn Lake, Mississippi. My mother was the director of community affairs at Tunica County Sheriff's Department. She had us doing all types of community service, work with her. If they had a street cleanup, we was right there. Or feeding the homeless and going to homeless shelters and things like that. Giving back has always, you know, been something near and dear to me. I was able to work with the Boys and Girls Club in Athens here. In Tunica County, I grew up in a rec center there, so you know the Boys and Girls Club means a lot to me just because I see myself in those kids. With the AFCA All-State Good Works team, they was able to help me give $10,000 back to the Hope Center back in my hometown, Horn Lake. It's just a very proud moment. I appreciate everybody back at home in Horn Lake, Mississippi for the endless support that y'all have given me throughout the years, and just thank you.
There's so many Georgia fans who are hoping that Nakobe Dean can lead them to a championship. He's a top 10 NFL draft prospect as we get some picks from Joe Tessitore and the guys.
Yeah, Reese, just the 3rd time in the last 96 games that Alabama's an underdog. 2-0 against Georgia in the other 2. Your pick, Greg McElroy.
I think it's going to be an unbelievable game, all-timer. These 2 teams match up so well. They're so incredibly talented. They've been on a collision course, it feels like, since week 1. I like Bama. I think they have more weapons. The top 2 players in the game are Bryce Young and Will Anderson. 31-28 tie.
I'm going with Bama. Bama 38-34. I think it's a great game.
Here it is.
Bama has Bryce Young, the Heisman. They also got Will Anderson.
Those Bama
the best
predictions.
player in the country. So I'm rocking with the Tide.
Reese, the men have spoken to see who will win what's in this 140-pound case right here. The 50-pound trophy sits there for now.
Joe, I believe we've had 2 Georgia picks and 2 Alabama picks, so we will see what the rest of the guys have to say when you come back to Indianapolis.
We'll see.
All right, man. 5 more reps. You get my Eckrich deli ham and oven roasted turkey sandwich. Let's go!
All right, so we're on a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Try to get us to 30 likes. Eight more gets us to 30. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. Of course, I stream NBA, NFL, college. So if any of that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Jonas in the building. Bama plus 17. Man, calling for the blowout. Yeah, I checked it out, Jan. What's up? I don't see anything, bro.
experienced this season. The good decisions and unfortunately the bad ones. You must tweak your game plan like we adjust my race car with the goal of being dialing perfectly at just the right time to make the move that we win a championship.
Spider-Man is back at the Speedway.
And before I forget, when you finally do get to hug that trophy, have someone bring you a bottle of milk to chug. Trust me, it works.
Georgia headed back to the locker room. You know, perhaps we'll douse Pollock with milk because he is one pick away from the ultimate mic drop. Listen to this from week 0.
I told you Alabama would win the SEC championship game.
Yep.
Georgia will beat them in the Natty.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Georgia will beat them in the Natty.
Calling him in the shot. And we'll make the picks in just a minute. Let's start with ULC. Georgia wins tonight if they do what?
I was on the Georgia sideline for the Michigan game, and I looked into the players and the staff's eyes. Intense, and they can win this game if they do the same look in their eyes. If they get the same look, they can beat Alabama, no question about it.
I think Georgia wins this game if they can get to Bryce Young. In the SEC championship game, they had 0 sacks, only 4 TFLs. If they can get to Bryce Young, maybe create a turnover, I think Georgia wins this game.
If their defense proves that they are who we said they are.
Yeah.
All year long, we bragged on you. Show up and do what you did all year long.
All right, Bama goes back-to-back if they do what?
If they protect Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner. He carved up that defense the first time they played. If they give him time, he'll carve them up again, David.
If their stars play like stars. Pretty simple. Bryce Young, Will Anderson, the best 2 players on the field when their team takes it. Those guys dominate the game. It's a wrap.
Bryce Young is unbelievable on 3rd down. 70% of his passes. If they win the 3rd down, Alabama is 2nd in the nation in 3rd down conversion. If they do the same thing tonight, they win. No question about it. They win 3rd down, they win.
Even when you get them off schedule, 1st and 2nd down, Young can make you pay. Final picks coming. Oh, those spiked shoulder pads. Hoping to see a dog victory tonight.
Ram Trucks College Football Pregame is brought to you by Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Tonight, something big is coming. The Bob's Burgers movie. Tune in tonight for an exclusive look during the national championship game.
AT&T is America's most reliable 5G network, so now you'll never miss a moment.
Guys, we got a couple quick commercial breaks.
Cut out in the middle of the
Kickoff's
action.
coming up soon.
We would immediately
Make sure you're
start
smashing that
tearing
like
our
button.
hair and screaming at the top of our lungs.
Try to get up to 50 likes.
Specific, like it's happened before. About an hour ago.
That's why we switched to AT&T.
Oh, wow.
Touchdown.
It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure. America's most reliable 5G network.
Oh man, my laces are ruined. The gender reveal was more fun than I thought.
Get in the back.
Look, your cousin dared me. I had no choice.
My cousin is 12.
This is your captain speaking. You know, because they're like captain's chair. To be fair, I did say heads up.
To be fair, you're sleeping on the couch.
Hey, Mercedes, change lighting to baby blue.
I think you're actually more annoying back there. Get up here.
The Mercedes-Benz GLS. Perfect bliss, wherever you sit.
I'm gonna grab the handle now.
On the season finale of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Another season almost in the books.
Yep, it's gonna be a long off season.
Off season?
What do we do in the off season?
Off season?
Relax. We don't stop existing when the season ends.
Yeah, it's not like we live in some fictional town that's part of some elaborate marketing campaign.
What would it even be for? Dr. Pepper?
We're real people. It's not like we're the ice cold Dr. Pepper guy.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
How great is this sport? How great is this, man?
College football is back. The frenzied faithful are hungrier than ever before.
And the emotion of the game and the juice and the crowd,
huge moments.
52-51. I'm going to celebrate with these guys. Baby.
That's why we love the sport. It just got so much to offer.
This is a game that will never be forgotten.
Shout out to George with the $9.99 donation. Thanks a lot, man.
The streak is over.
College football, baby, let's go.
Your heart's pumping. You hear the fans rocking. All you think about is just you and your opponent.
Locked in and focused on the task at hand. It's always a ton of energy.
Like a dog ready to break off a leash.
The dream since the beginning is go win the college football playoffs.
And play on this stage. The team gonna be fired up and you're gonna be ready to go.
Knowing that you're about to go out there into a war. Nothing else like it.
The national championship game any way you want to view it. National championship presented by AT&T, the main telecast on ESPN, and you see all the different angles and perspectives you can enjoy. This is the college football playoff national championship trophy presented by Dr. Pepper. Will it be another jewel in Bama's crown, or the elusive grass finally goes to the Dogs? Let's make some picks. Desmond, who wins?
I tell you what, guys, looking at Georgia,
Just give me a second
you
here,
got to
guys.
think this defense is not going to have the same poor performance they had in the SEC championship game. They're just too good for that. Kirby Smart, the head coach, he brought in a psychologist. They have blind trust. They have skull sections. I think this team is mentally ready for this game. I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, good pick, good pick.
Reese, it's happened, what, this is the 5th time top 5 teams have rematched in the season. In the same season. All 4 has been won by the team that lost. I think Georgia, revenge, defense plays better. I think Stetson Bennett plays a really good game with his feet and his legs. Georgia wins.
Good pick, good pick. Hey, listen. All Alabama has got going for him in this game, he's got the best college coach of all time. Hey, on the Alabama side, Alabama on offense, all they got is Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy. Oh, and Alabama, all they got on defense is Will Anderson, the best player. And Alabama beat him 37 days ago by 17 points. Poor old Georgia. All they got is a bunch of hungry dogs. I'm going with Aga.
Aga, the hungry dogs, and that is largely well received. And look, Coach Susan and Yelsey.
Coach, it's right here. You got the real thing.
Aga showed up in the room.
He's fine. Come over and get Desmond a hug.
LC's thinking that dog is beautiful.
Beautiful, LC, right? Beautiful dog.
The headgear has been done, and now Alabama and Georgia set for the rematch. Will this version of Aga be able to put a national championship
Kickoff coming,
on his
kickoff
resume?
off
And at
coming
the
soon,
end of
guys.
the evening,
Kickoff coming soon.
Kentucky will rain down on the winner. It is one of the rituals that you hope for. That it's your school's colors that go to the rafters of the stadium and crown you champion. National championship game around the corner.
Everything going smooth here for you guys. Jake the Snake, I got you, bro. Don't worry, just gotta update a couple of things here with my settings. Make sure you guys are getting the best audio experience possible. Fix a couple of things here. With that said, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. And of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always be updated with streams just like this. we should be good to go.
Right at each other.
Let's go.
In frigid Indianapolis, two southern neighbors battle for the ultimate prize in college football. A rivalry that goes back a century and a quarter. Welcome to the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. A collision of SEC rivals, Alabama and Georgia. They have divided the #1 ranking all season long. Each of them won their semifinal games by more than 3 touchdowns. Alabama has beaten their neighbors 7 straight times. The last 4 have been Nick Saban over Kirby Smart, beginning with the championship game in Atlanta. The second at 26 touchdown pass from Tagovailoa to Devontae Smith. The next year in the SEC championship game, same building, Jalen Hurts off the bench breaks Georgia hearts. Last year in the regular season, Mac Jones, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith in a blizzard of big plays came from behind again.
All right.
And the Tide did it again in Atlanta from 10 down. Bryce Young leading Bama back against Stetson Bennett. And that is the backdrop. 37 nights later, Smart and his former boss, Saban, are reunited with the ultimate prize right there for the taking. And welcome, Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit. Thrilled to be able to bring in the national championship game. It's the dynasty, Bama going for 7 and 13 years. Think about that.
That's crazy.
Versus the drought. Georgia saying, can we just have one after 4 decades? They've been the 2 best all year long.
It has been the 2 best teams all year. And you know, I think Georgia was a step above when those 2 teams got together in Atlanta. And Alabama beats them, and now we get the rematch to decide it all.
And how they beat him, because Bryce Young was superb. He cemented a landslide Heisman Trophy win by his performance against the Bulldogs. Bama's first quarterback to win it, and the 4th in the Saban era. Can he do what Devontae Smith and Joe Burrow did, back up a Heisman with a national title?
Yeah, he's been incredible to watch this year. New offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian left, Mac Jones left, Najee Harris, so many big pieces last year's team. They started over, and yet Bryce Young lived up to the standard of what an Alabama quarterback is, with incredible decision-making and poise that I don't know if we've seen in a long time from such a young player.
Great pressure to match Bama's offense, and for Stetson Bennett and the
Brooke
Bulldogs,
Burton with the $5 donation. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it's a bit of a head-scratcher because he's been so consistent with his decision-making, except against Alabama. This last
Welcome
year,
to the wrench gang. You earned yourself a wrench for that $5 donation.
Play, and instead he throws it back into the teeth of that Alabama defense for one of his 5 interceptions in the last 2 games. This is 37 days ago in the SEC championship. Again, doesn't quite feel that safety. Should go over top of the safety to the outside receiver because he comes up, and it's a pick 6 by Jordan Battle and really clinched the game. So tonight, it's about him finding his zone. Everybody else that he started against, he's been incredible. I mean, look at the numbers, 13-1 as a starter, defense, complementary football, handing it off, play action. But against Alabama, they negate the running game. They put it all on 13, and then they do a good job of disguising and offering a lot of issues for him with his decision-making. Hate to put it all on his shoulders, but he's got to make better decisions, obviously, tonight.
And he's done some soul-searching and some tape study. He's a home state hero, Blackshear, Georgia, southern part of the state, representing all the underdogs who've been told, you're not good enough. Can he be good enough tonight?
Yeah, and this is what Todd Monk and the offensive coordinator do. It's called 13 personnel. They have 3 tight ends. The challenge for a defense, what do you put in against these tight ends that are really receivers? Brock Bowers is as good a tight end as there is in the country. Michigan has a linebacker because the fear of them running out of that 3 tight end set. This is, I think, what Todd Monken does as well as anybody in the college game. Create matchups. James Cook often will motion out. Try to get a matchup with a linebacker without a safety over top. And if he gets it, you can assure that you're going to see Stetson Bennett take that shot find those one-on-one matchups. But the biggest thing to me is, can Georgia play complementary football? Running, play action, playing defense. That's how they played every game except 37 days ago against this Alabama team.
You asked Bennett what's it going to take. The first thing he said was, I've got to run the ball.
That's right.
Georgia's offense has been productive all year long. Can they get it done? It's fascinating, this rematch. Adjustments, wrinkles. What'll be new? What'll be the same? About to find out. The MegaCast is also back tonight, including the film room with Jimbo Fisher and his Texas A&M staff, plus the AT&T 5G Skycast and High Skycast channels. Also, new technology options made possible by the power of AT&T 5G, with 5G connected live drone coverage outside the stadium, capturing great views all around Indy. And in addition, the always helpful AT&T 5G pylon cams. Look out for above the pylon cameras, also presented by AT&T 5G. Back with the national anthem and kickoff right after this.
All right, guys, so we got a quick commercial break. We got 102 viewers, 43 likes. Let's make sure we're smashing that like button, guys. Get us up to 75. That's our next goal. Make sure you're hitting that like, thumbs up button. Let's get to 75 likes. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this. So we're in a quick commercial break, waiting for the kickoff. We're almost ready to go.
No blue. We think it's about 60-40. Georgia red over Alabama crimson. Both of these fan bases travel. This is a tough ticket. Tremendous anticipation with the prize at stake. Time for the anthem. And the public address announcer, John Magrino.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you would all please rise as our nation's colors are presented by a Joint Service Color Guard from the Military Department of Indiana's ceremonial unit, including Indiana and Kentucky members of the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, and Coast Guard. Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome 9-time Grammy nominee and 5-time Gospel Music Association Female Vocalist of the Year, Natalie Grant.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran close, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
She's got a voice. That's what I'm talking about.
The anticipation has been building for this rematch.
You're focused on this moment. What I control is what I do. Blow by blow, you strike them, you knock them down. It ain't about how you look, it's about how you hit.
The Kobe Dean's been a nightmare. Touchdown, Alabama! Don't play with him. You go out here and take something that belongs to you. You go take what belongs to you. The Crimson Tide is the top seed, wearing the home uniforms. Underdogs tonight, as they were in Atlanta. Georgia favored by a bout field goal. Nick Saban seeking his 8th national championship. It's a record, his 7th at Alabama. Adapted and tailored his coaching style to build confidence and leadership in this young team. Maybe his best.
Georgia's coming out, heading to the field.
One of his best quarterbacks ever, that's for sure.
His quarterback plays his best when the lights are the brightest, and that's what they're going to be tonight.
Georgia, bitter tastes from that latest loss to Alabama. Is this their night to send off a celebration down in the Peach State? They waited since the Herschel Walker era to raise the ultimate trophy. It's electric inside Lucas Oil Stadium tonight, and here come the Crimson Tide.
Ooh. Alabama coming out to the boos.
Never seen anything like it in the sport. The dominance that Alabama has put on display. Can Kirby Smart and this group of Bulldogs be the team to prevent another trophy?
Looking into Kirby's face there, man. You work all this time for this moment.
Well, these dogs believe. It's been a question. Is Alabama in their heads? Kirby Smart, Kirk knows everything about Nick Saban. Hasn't figured out how to beat him yet. The obstacle course. There's Kirby, and he's accomplished a lot. Gotten past the rival Florida. He's won the SEC East 4 times. Has an SEC title. He's beaten Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and Michigan in playoff games. Beat Clemson in the opener, but look out! Didn't see Alabama coming that time. How could you not? Saban losing just once to former assistants and never lost to a former assistant from his Alabama staff. Jimbo Fisher and A&M giving the time their one loss this year, and that just made Alabama re-energized, refocused.
No doubt about that. Being around these two teams. I don't know if there is an edge emotionally after the way they played in Atlanta, where it was clear Bama had the edge, being that underdog.
Georgia bringing out some big people. Sawyer, Jordan Davis for the coin toss. It's an ACC crew in charge of this championship game, and Dwayne Haight is the referee.
Georgia, Alabama, congratulations on your great seasons, and welcome to the 2022 College Football Playoff.
Kevin, no problem, bro.
My name is Dwayne Haight, and this is Johnny Fort of the ACC. We're honored to be here today. Georgia, you've been designated to call today's coin toss. We have a special coin today. On one side is the College Football Playoff logo. That side will be heads. And on the other side is Lucas Oil Stadium. That side will be tails. Georgia, heads or tails, what is your selection? Tails is called. It is tails. Georgia, you won the coin toss. Georgia has won the coin toss and has elected to defer their option to the second half. Alabama, you want to receive? Which way would you like to kick? It's turn. Which backs to here? Your backs to here.
Thanks a lot for the $5 donation, Davis.
Their defense, and they'll put the football in the hands.
So Alabama's going to get the ball first after Georgia defers.
On the Bama side with Nick Saban.
Coach Saban, you said that after all these years, you get a good feeling about your team after you watch warm-ups that lets you know how the game will go. What did you see tonight?
Well, we warmed up great, but, this is an opportunity for our team to gain respect. They've shown a lot of competitive character all year to get here, and it's just great that they have the opportunity to play in a game like this against a great team like Georgia.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to Molly.
Coach, your defense has heard for a month about how they couldn't sack quarterback Bryce Young. Why will tonight be different?
We practiced really hard at it. That's what's going to make it different. We're going to be aggressive. We got to get up to the third down so we can stay fresh.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Chris Herbie, back to you.
I'll tell you, there's so much history, there's so much psychology, so many subplots. Let's hope we get one that was like the one 4 years ago in Atlanta, partner. We'll take that.
I'll tell you what, man, we've been calling these national championships for a lot of years. I don't know if I've ever felt this kind of energy in a building leading up to the opening kickoff as I'm feeling right now.
Really? Even bigger than Atlanta?
Yeah, this is intense. These two teams have different agendas and different motivations to get them ready to try to win this game. You see Nakobe Dean's face from Georgia when he was out there for that coin toss?
All business.
All business on both sides.
Butkus Award winner be out there momentarily. Jake Camarda handles the punting, holding, and the kickoff duties. JoJo Earl, true freshman for Alabama, awaits at the goal line.
And we have kickoff.
It's a high kick, and Earl will wave for a fair catch. Here comes Bryce Young. Look at those numbers. 46 and 5. Can they pressure him? Can they get him to the ground? They couldn't do it in Atlanta.
Now, and it's amazing to think, first quarterback to win a Heisman Trophy in Alabama school history, replacing Mac Jones, who had a great year last year, is off to the NFL, and we've seen Bryce Young take that baton this year and continue to play outstanding football for this offense, and Bill O'Brien is the new offensive coordinator this year.
Brian Robinson, 1,200-yard rusher. He waited patiently for this chance to the quarterback's right. And he's got the football running left, and Nakobe Dean meets him, but it's a solid 5-yard gain on first down.
Remember, the battle at the line of scrimmage.
First play is going to be a run for 5 yards.
SEC championship game went to Bama, which was a surprise. The strength of Georgia is their front seven that's had mostly dominating performances.
Georgia wasn't set. Robinson, the pitch on the edge, cuts it back, but they swarm him and stop him a couple yards short of the marker. Quay Walker on the tackle.
Yeah, that's something that Bama did round one. A lot of tempo, not just to be aggressive with the play calling, but to try to get this talented Georgia defense on its heels, not allowing them to get their cleats set and being able to attack. Here's an early third down.
Since mid-season,
3rd and 2.
Offense has been the #1 third down offense in Power 5. Bulldogs do bring some pressure. The ball is.
That's going to be a first down.
Who's got a first down? Forced out of bounds on the far sideline by William Poole.
And they've done this all year where they blitz their linebackers. Round one, Bama picked it up. Brian Robinson does a nice job. Once you get it picked up, you have an opportunity to win the one-on-one matchups. Bolden, the veteran receiver against William Poole, is a win for Bama as far as the matchup. And Bryce Young, with the time, makes an accurate throw.
Bolden, a habit of making these catches that earn first downs. Did it 3 times in Atlanta. Young, and they get him to the ground finally. Big Jordan Davis, 350 pounds. The ball comes out. It's Dean running for the end zone.
And it looks like that's going to be a Georgia touchdown after the fumble.
Not just a sack, but the big man in the middle forces the takeaway if it stands.
Yeah, I think Bryce Young tried to throw the ball to get rid of it. Shocking that the play stayed alive.
Oh,
but
wow.
You're right, relentless effort from Jordan Davis to come up with this sack.
And the touchdown is confirmed.
Davis wasn't sure. He didn't think the ball had come out. Nakobe Dean was alert.
Watch Davis over the center. The young center, McLaughlin, gets around him and shows you what kind of quickness he has. You can see that Bryce Young, I think he felt the pressure and he just kind of threw it. Just almost like he threw it down because he didn't want to take a sack. See how he kind of brings it down? Jordan Davis clamped onto his right arm. They're going to take a look at this to see if it's an incompletion or a fumble, but Nakobe Dean heads up.
Yeah, I think his arm was going forward on that.
Let's go to our expert in the booth. Bill, what do you see there? And what do you believe that Peter Voss, the ACC replay official, is looking at?
I see control of the ball and his hand goes forward. He's trying to pass it. Now the hit impacted the throw, but I have him putting the ball forward.
Absolutely crucial review here.
Yeah, I think this is going to come back as incomplete.
They take the points off the board here. Another look.
Chris, I want to show you something because I want you to watch 95 Wyatt, who looked like his head was offsides, which would have negated the play completely. It would have been a free play and a 5-yard penalty. He gets away with it. There's a no call on the field, so the play is live. But if they would have seen Wyatt, boy, he looked like he was offsides to me at the line of scrimmage in his line.
There's the keem up part of this replay right here. Bill feels that he had control of the ball. The arm was moving forward when it came out of his hands.
There's Jamison Williams right there. Right there where the ball went down.
So much focus in this game. Could they get to Bryce Young, get him to the ground? He's so elusive in the pocket, so effective on the run.
Yeah.
Right away, they're coming after him.
Yeah, I mean, and instead of the blitz getting there, it's a 360-pound nose guard, Jordan Davis, that gets there. And when he is fresh, he is incredibly quick.
Here's the verdict.
After further review, the quarterback's hand was moving forward for an incomplete pass.
Well, there it is. Incomplete.
So relief.
Touchdown taken away.
Review takes Dean's scoop and score off the board.
How about the heads-up play? Sometimes you see the touchdown passes by Bryce Young, right? We see all the plays, the Heisman Trophy performances. Don't forget the heads-up play early in this game by Bryce Young as he felt the pressure by a 360-pound defensive lineman. Instead of just giving up on it, fumbling, brings the arm forward, trying to throw it to the feet of Jamison Williams.
Yeah, the guy who had him in his grasp has about 175 pounds on him, maybe. and Davis, when he gets a hold of you, you don't get away. Didn't have a single missed tackle all season. So 2nd and 10 after all that drama. Georgia fans still unhappy with the reversal. On the edge, Jamison Williams gets a couple of blocks and tries to hurdle a defender. He couldn't get over Darian Kendrick, who shoves him out of bounds, but it's a first down to the Dogs' 45.
Yeah, Bryce Young has a chance to hand this off, or if he's got numbers out to the outside, he takes it. They motion Latu, the tight end. He takes it and goes up and over, but he does pick up the first down.
And the Tide using tempo, play action, sidearm pitch as Young tried to get the ball to Cameron Latu, the tight end, coming across. The Bulldogs defense, that front seven, best in the country.
Best in the country, strength of the defense, led by 17, Nakobe Dean. Quay Walker's had an outstanding year in the back end. That's the question. How will the safeties hold up when they get isolated and they play man-to-man? How will the corners hold up against Jamison Williams?
Second and 10, they bring pressure again. It's picked up, and Latu makes the catch. And the tight end muscles
That's going to
down
be a
near
3rd
the
and
marker.
1.
Christopher Smith stopped him about a yard short. It's 3rd down.
You know, whether it's Latu or you look at Billingsley, other receivers today with John Mechie out.
Oh,
with
okay,
the
what's up,
injury in
Jan?
the SEC championship game, others will have to step up and make plays. There's going to be a lot of focus from this Georgia defense on Jamison Williams, and Mechie can only sit and watch and cheer for his team tonight.
Elite receiver, would have had 100 catches, went down with a knee injury in that game in Atlanta. They had to make do without him in the win over Cincinnati. And
What's up, Sirius?
More of a possession receiver. 3rd and 1, pitch to Robinson, who bobbled it initially.
And that's going to be a
Will
first
make the
down.
First down. Tyndall combining with Smith on the stop.
And it goes right at Nakobe Dean, who's very, very good playmaker on 3rd down. Just attacks him, pitches it out, picks up just enough of a block from Billingsley there on the safety, 29, Smith. Smith gets off the block, but by then he was running downhill and picks up enough yards there on 3rd and short.
Slade Bolden in the backfield. Trey Sanders, the running back, motions out far right here. Young, pressure over the middle.
Nice throw
Makes a quick
for about
decision to
8
find
yards,
Bolden for
9 yards.
Yeah, he brought really nice route here. They bring in the linebacker pressure from right here. You're going to bring one receiver here, and then you'll see another quick slant right behind it. 7 clears it, and then right out of the backfield, Bolden, who you talked about, just slid while the linebackers.
What's up, Tom? 5150.
With Brooks clearing out first to open that up. Nice throwing lane.
Bama subbed, so Georgia's big people have a chance to come back in the game on 2nd and 1. Sanders takes the pitch, and he'll fight just to get back near the line of scrimmage. Nolan Smith was there in a hurry.
What a play there by Nolan Smith. He's got to get off of Latu's block. See, he's trying to just kind of seal that edge, and Ford fighting through it. Not only gets off the block, but does a pretty good job of keeping him close, but he got just enough for that first down. Good effort there by Nolan Smith.
11th play of this opening drive for Bama. Empty backfield. Dogs are creeping up.
See Bryce Young. He senses pressure here. Makes the check.
Here he comes. He escapes again.
Gets away, throws a bomb, incomplete.
Incomplete, trying to get the ball to Billingsley, and that was William Poole.
Well, you remember I said they blitzed, they showed blitz, and it affected the protection. They show blitz here, they get pressure to the outside, but the tackle has to respect that blitz and come down. When he comes down, it makes it easy for Walker, and all they did was show blitz and back out with Walker.
They went after William Poole a lot in that game in Atlanta. He was targeted frequently, asked to step in and play a bigger role tonight. Hadn't played much before starting in that game.
The athletic ability and awareness here by Bryce Young gave that play a chance.
Quick throw. Catch made on the edge by Ja'Cory Brooks, and he's spun down inside the 20. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Bill O'Brien, we sat down with him yesterday. Every time we sat down with him, he just marvels at Bryce Young and his ability to process for such a young quarterback and his poise that he's played with all year.
Big play.
What's up, Dennis?
Here. Tied in the red zone. Dogs bring pressure again, and the receiver slipped. It was Billingsley, who was open. He was in front of Lewis Seen, lost his footing, and here comes the field goal team.
Right at the top of the route. This, I don't know if his feet got tangled or just slipped. See Lewis Signs on him, or Lewis Seen rather is on him, and he just loses his feet. Bill O'Brien thought he had the matchup that he wanted with Billingsley, who's a very talented tight end that really has wide receiver skills. He had him matched up with Seen, a safety.
Bama's got a really consistent kicker last couple of years. Will Reichert, 18 of 23 on the season, and he hammers it right through. So Georgia, which really doesn't give up first quarter touchdowns, stiffens in the red zone. 14-play drive, tied on top. Dogs offense out next.
So at AT&T, everyone.
All right, guys. So we're on a quick commercial break here. We've got 149 viewers, 74 likes. Let's get that up over 100. I need 25 of you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up, and get us up over the 100 likes. So just need 25 of you. Hit that like button, get us up over 100. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this. Thanks a lot, Sirius. We got 80. We just need 20 more. 20 more likes gets us up over that 100. Just need 20 more likes.
Kirk took very different paths here. Stetson Bennett from Southern Georgia, Bryce Young from Southern California. He was offered by everybody, the top overall recruit. Bennett got very few quarterback offers. Came to Georgia as a preferred walk.
Thanks a lot, big dog.
Then went to Jones County Junior College in Mississippi to get some playing time. In his second year, Bryce Young was winning the Heisman Trophy, second year out of high school.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett is just an incredible story. The fact he's standing right where he is, competing to win a national championship against Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a wonderful kid. It's so much fun to listen to him talk, the poise that he plays with. But he went a little bit more the traditional path to Alabama.
And Bennett, for a guy who's listed at 5'11", might be about 5'9", has a lot of swag for a smaller guy, has a tremendous amount of belief in himself. And the performance against Michigan was tremendous.
I mean, again, I think it was back to being Stetson Bennett. Todd Monken as the offensive coordinator. They were running the football. They were hitting quick passes, getting the ball out of his hands, quick, and a lot of yards after the catch. Let's see how they get started here against Alabama.
How much help can they get from the running game? Zamir White, call him Zeus. In the backfield, they fake it to him. Bennett pressured on the rollout, and
that's a sack.
Immediately, Christian Harris got there, and it's a big loss.
Christian Harris is assigned to Stetson Bennett back here in case the action comes away. Watch his discipline to stay back off of that. And you're talking about a linebacker who was a corner and a wide receiver in high school. Tremendous athletic ability. Bennett can move. He's got wiggle, but Harris makes a heck of a play to start this game for the Crimson Tide defense.
He sure can move. He's been hard to sack.
Yeah.
He's only been sacked 9 times, but 3 of those were in the first meeting against Bama. After the 14-yard loss, Georgia way behind the 6 here.
Prior to the ball being snapped, delay a game, disconcerting signals, defense, number 10 clapping, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Toe the transfer from Tennessee, trying to induce a false start, instead draws the penalty himself.
Yeah. It's amazing the referee with his crowd noise.
Thanks a lot, guys. We hit 100. Keep it coming.
To your right,
the more the merrier.
Toe, right there. Officials on top of it. They immediately jumped in on top of that, and Georgia picks up 5 yards back after that big loss from the sack.
Defensive guys saying, I'm just trying to signal. If he used the defensive signal caller out there, they say that's not a penalty.
Yeah. Well, you can see he's doing it right now. He's still trying to. He's the kind of the liaison between the sideline and the field.
And it escapes. As open field, just dropped the ball. It bounced right back to him. But a jittery Bennett, very lucky not to lose the ball there.
Well, when Alabama plays man, watch the linebackers immediately where they go. Boom, they're gone. So now Bennett, who told us yesterday, I have to run today. I have to run the football when we drop back to throw because the man-to-man. He tries to do too much at the end, and how fortunate is he that ball bounced right back up into his chest.
Well, each quarterback's had a near turnover so far. Sets up a third and makeable. They need 5. Play clock at 5. Then it's got to hurry. Just did he get it off? Play clock was right at 0, and Kirby did not get the timeout called.
Third down.
Clearly a lot going through Bennett's head at the moment, Kirk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think first drive, big sack, way behind the sticks, big scramble, fumble, first third down against a Nick Saban, Pete Goulding defense. Yeah, there's a lot going through his mind right now. So much emotion in this building, so much at stake for both these teams.
Got to get the heart rate down. Flush out some of that adrenaline. Now it's 3rd and 10. Tide brings some pressure. Bennett flushed. Thinks about running.
He's going to throw it away. Incomplete. That's going to be a 3 and out.
Conkey was way short of the marker anyway. And here comes the punt team.
Yeah, big question tonight with Job out, one of the starting corners. Armour Davis the other. You see Jackson, who's a junior college transfer this year, very talented player, but new to the scheme. He played last week against Cincinnati when they had some injuries. He's starting tonight. It's a big factor in this game and does a nice job in coverage on McConkey there on that 3rd down.
Camarda is an elite punter. Got an invite to the Senior Bowl. He can be a weapon. And that's an excellent boot. Driving Slade Bolden all the way back inside the 20 where he makes a fair catch.
And Alabama's going to get it at the 20
so possession 2 for
after the
Rice
fair catch.
Side, a long march for a field goal. Back to work. 3-0.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break. All right, guys, so we got a little over 313 viewers, 111 likes. Let's push that to 150, guys. Just need 39 of you to go ahead and hit that like button and get us over 150 likes. Hit that thumbs up. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. Good game going so far. If anybody's wondering, I've got Alabama taking it. I know there's a bunch of Georgia fans in the chat, though. Smith Latanya subscribe. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the family. Yeah, I'll fix that, Philip. No problem, bro. Glenn Kennup, subscribe. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the family.
Average of $800. Sleeping baby. I love you too.
And we are on a commercial break here. Should be back to the game shortly. Thanks a lot, guys. We just passed 150. Keep it going.
Bell and the proven formula of Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
Fire Rookie and Josh Morgan subscribe. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the family.
Herschel Walker won the championship over Notre Dame.
Val Cathin subscribe.
And
Paul Phillips.
The legend is here.
Welcome you all.
89. Still very much a part of that Georgia program. Kirby Smart says he sees him around all the time. It's going to take more than 17 to win tonight, though, probably.
Yeah. Field position, big factor in this football game. 55 net there for Georgia with that fair catch.
Young, 5 of 9 of the opening possession to 4 different receivers. And this is Jamison Williams, tracked down behind the line of scrimmage by William Poole and Tyndall.
Alabama on 14 plays, I would say close to half of them have been to the edge. They're clearly trying to attack the edge, the perimeter of this defense, and trying to make those linebackers have to flow to make plays outside.
2nd and 11 across the middle. It's Williams making the catch, and the man who victimized the Dogs with 2 long touchdowns in Atlanta makes a first down.
Now this time the linebacker works to the outside on Robinson. It opens it up one-on-one for Jamison Williams. The catch radius outstanding on the high ball.
15-yard gain and tempo again. Robinson stopped at the line of scrimmage by Smith.
Just to remind people, in that first game, tempo became a factor. It not only helped Alabama create some tempo and some rhythm, it really impacted Georgia and their strength that front. It tired them out. They were fatigued much of the game.
Again to Bolden, who's got the ball across the 40, short of the marker. Dogs started running in the morning, and they dedicated themselves to improving their stamina and their fitness after that game. We'll see if it becomes a factor tonight.
You watch that game, I think everybody was shocked to see the Georgia defense that was just mauling everybody. It looked like they had ankle weights on compared to how they'd been normally playing, and it had a lot to do with conversions on 3rd down and tempo. They just couldn't get off the field.
But to that point, that makes this one important. 3rd and 3. Williams in motion. Backpedaling. Young gets it to Bolden, but he's not
Quick
going to
pass,
get there.
and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a 3 and out.
Dropped him for a loss, and the Tide go 3 and out.
You're going to bring the linebacker pressure right in the middle here, right to the outside. But Lewis Seen does a great job of following this to the outside, in position, comes up there and makes the tackle on Bolden. Also the pressure. How many times did we see Bryce Young falling back, throwing off of his back foot, fading away in that SEC championship game? You never saw it.
They make 1 first down, and then the Dogs rise up and do get off the field. James Burnett, high boot, and coming up to make the fair catch is Karis Jackson. So we'll see if Stetson Bennett has calmed down a bit from that opening possession. Dogs go back to work, 3-0 Bama.
Are you kidding?
All right, guys, so we're in another quick commercial break here. Got 469 viewers, 194 likes. Let's push that well over 200, guys. Make sure you keep smashing that like button. It shows that you support the stream. And our votes, we have 562 votes saying that Alabama is going to win against Georgia. 58% of you said yes. Bills Mafia in the house. You guys already know how I am about my Bills. I'm excited, man. Going against these Patriots. Definitely think this is our year. That's what's up, Brooke. Jose says Georgia.
College Football Playoff National Championship is presented by AT&T. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. And in part by Taco Bell. And the proven formula of Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
Chilly in Indy, 20 degrees with Goodyear providing the aerial coverage. Anything can happen as long as you have the drive. Goodyear, more driven. The Tide drove it 20 yards, but netted 20 fewer yards on the punt. So Georgia again takes over at the 25 for a shaky opening possession. Hand the ball off to James Cook. One guy that Saban is very wary of as a runner and a pass catcher tonight.
And you see Will Anderson Jr. there getting involved. Yeah, we were talking at the break there about Georgia. There's been so much build-up and hype about this game. Watch him get off this block. Everybody wants to talk about him as a pass rusher, and I get it. I mean, he's had 17.5 sacks. I mean, what blows you away when you really watch him is how physical he can be and how heavy-handed he is in getting off blocks and being involved in the run game.
The nation's sack leader also does a pretty good job of that, but I get your point. Tough run stopper as well. That's Cook who goes in motion, and Kenny McIntosh takes the handoff, tried to get the edge, but the long arm, Christian Harris got him.
How about Christian Harris? Off to a great start for this Alabama defense. Another guy getting off of the block is Van Pran, who's out there. They're pulling their center and their left guard Schaefer. 163 tries to lock up on Harris. He hits him back, but Harris's awareness and just his heart not giving up on the play. No yards.
Third and long again. Dogs need 9 to avoid a second 3 and out. Bennett chased again, trying to create.
Bennett's going to get away.
Fires,
and
no
incomplete
chance.
pass.
Anderson was chasing him, tried to work the ball back to Jermaine Burton.
He got pressure. Sometimes you don't have to come up with a sack. You just get pressure and are able to work to the inside or outside. You just find a matchup that you can win, and that's what he does. See that? I mean, he doesn't get this sack. He gets around Erickson, but you make the quarterback, Stetson Bennett, now all of a sudden he's got to get to the outside. He only has one receiver out there. He's got nowhere to throw the ball. He just throws it away.
Anderson says it brings him great joy to sack a quarterback. Not quite as joyful to chase him and harass him, but very effective nonetheless.
And that's as impressive on a third down as coming up with any kind of play.
There's Camarda.
We got a decent kick. Fair catch at the 30. That's where Alabama will get the ball. There is a flag.
Do they get too close to Bolden and catch interference?
He was tight. Amir's speed, the corner, he was down there right in his face.
44-yard punt. That'll cost
Fair
the
catch
Dogs.
interference. Number 9.
Oh, wow.
Team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's a simple mental mistake.
Timeout.
But giving Bryce Young 15 yards better field position to begin at the 45, it's a costly one.
All right, guys, so we're another quick commercial break here. We got 672 viewers, 227 likes. Let's push that up to 300, guys. Just need 73 of you to go ahead and hit that like button. Get us to over 300 likes. Shows that you support the stream. And of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. Heading over to the votes, we got 774 votes, 57% for the Alabama win. Now we're up to 262. We just need 38 more likes, 38 more thumbs up. Gets us to our next goal of 300. Make sure you're smashing that button. LJSR, thanks a lot, man. Welcome to the family. Thanks for the sub, bro.
Night, and then the playoffs begin next weekend, and see the Peyton Manning statue outside Lucas Oil Monday the 17th. ESPN caps off the first ever Super Wildcard weekend. Monday night playoff game. Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, and Louis Riddick will have the call as Kyler Murray and the Cardinals take on Matthew Stafford and the Rams. NFL prospects in this game: Neal, Williams, Dean, and Walker, all juniors. And Davis, the senior. Former Colt legend is in the house. Penalty gives Bama good field position at the 45. And Young has time, and airmails went into the bench.
You gotta wonder what Kirby Smart is thinking and the way this game has started. Last thing he wanted is his defense to get tired again. They've been on the field now 19 snaps in this game. In his first quarter, Georgia's offense, 2 3 and outs, just 6 plays. That trend has to change for Georgia.
Bill O'Brien calling 14 pass plays, Kirk, of the first 19. Similar to the game plan of the first meeting. Very different from what they did against Cincinnati.
And a lot right early here. A lot of quick stuff to the outside.
3 receivers stacked to the right. And it's Sanders running back to the boundary and hit hard. Slammed down by Quay Walker and Scene.
And Louis Scene comes up.
For those asking about the game audio, I just turned it up a little bit for you.
Watch 16 lower his shoulder, bang, right there. Gets lower than the ball carrier Sanders. And again, it's a big trend in this game. Another third down for both these teams. Let's see what Young can do.
Need 6. Pressure on the run, the low throw. Exactly what the Dogs want to do. Quay Walker influenced the low throw.
And that's going to be another
and
3 and out.
Get off the field.
You know, Georgia's known as a man-to-man
It's been a
team
super
when they
defensive
bring
game, that's
pressure,
for sure.
But instead of bringing it, they drop. They end up dropping and playing zone. I think they caught Bryce Young by surprise. The backers settle in. None of the crossers are working. By the time he figures out where he wants to go with the ball, you see the pressure by Trayvon Walker and Quay Walker both getting into him.
Young took a hard hit. Walker knocked it down, then landed on top of him. Burn up. Another high boot. And Jackson, another fair catch. Dogs backed up inside the 10. AT&T 5G Skycam zooming around over this field. Todd Monken is an excellent play caller. Has yet to get things in a rhythm, has to get Bennett settled down, has to find a way to run the football.
I was going to say, go back and think. We called the Michigan game in Miami. What was the difference? I don't think they feared Michigan's front, and they did what they do. They run the ball and they play action to Bowers, right? So tonight, do you sense they're a little bit cautious at the line of scrimmage? So you want to put it all on Bennett's back. Why can't Bennett do it? It's more about where's the running game? Why can't they run the ball?
Zamir Wright. Setter steps into the middle.
It's going to be a run for about 4 yards, but there is a flag down.
Right in the middle of the pit. Yeah, Georgia scored, Kirk, on their first 5 possessions against Michigan. Everything Monken called worked, basically, because of that edge up front.
Yeah, I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage. And most of the
Personal
teams
foul.
they played, they've been
Illegal
able to do
hands
that.
the face. Offense, number
Oh,
54.
that's coming back.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's the tough physical guard, Justin Schaefer, and then he'll back him up inside the 5 now.
Yeah, right in the middle of your screen, gets his hand up almost in that side of the helmet. The umpire right there, kind of a questionable call. Usually you see that, his hands right on the face mask and pushing his head back. That was just to the side, but it does push Georgia back.
Man, this is big man football. This is nasty stuff down there in the pit.
Yeah, it's not all about the skill when these teams get together. The winner is going to win the line of scrimmage.
1st and 14. That's Bowers who comes in motion.
Another quick run for another 5 yards.
A physical runner, gets those pads north and south, goes straight ahead out to the 10.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously it's hard to run the ball against this Alabama defense. They're physical up front. Their defensive linemen eat blocks. They free up their linebackers. They're moving. They're slanting. It's tough on the communication of the offensive line. I'm just saying, your DNA is your running game and your play action game. So it's hard to run this offense if you can't get the running game going. This might be a game where you have to hit some quick throws to be able to get back to the run game.
Bennett took a look for Bowers, fires it across the middle.
That's going to be a Georgia first down.
And then they call Big O, Darnell Washington, and it's the first down for Georgia.
Yeah, he is such a big option. It's 6-7. Give him an option route. Watch him work to the inside on toe-to-toe and then back outside. Good read by the quarterback and a tight end, sensing the leverage to the inside and then work back out to the outside. And there's nothing better for a quarterback who's still trying to find his footing in this game than throwing to a tight end at 6'7".
Yeah, it goes about 280. 3 tight ends in the ball game now. And they fake it to Bowers. Here's a downfield
Deep
shot.
throw. And that's a catch.
A diving catch.
My goodness.
As the elite receiver has waited a long time to make a play like that in the big game.
Well, he gets matched up against Kool-Aid McKinstry. This is a matchup we wanted to see to the left. He gets inside of him. Safeties
what a
are
throw
caught
as
up
well.
on the crosser, so it's one-on-one. What a throw by Bennett to put it up into the air to give Pickens a chance to get separation and then go get the ball and lay out and then turn his body to protect the ball from hitting the surface.
ACL in the spring. It's been a tough rehab. He hasn't been 100%, but when he is, he's dangerous. And now that's the top receiver for Georgia.
Quick throw, Georgia,
from
another
Napa,
first
Brock
down.
Bowers, who muscles down to the 20. Dogs have come to life suddenly.
A big play like that, you can get back again to your bread and butter. What an effort here by Pickens. Not just to catch it, but because he turned his body, he was able to hold on to that football. If he doesn't make that extra effort of spinning and getting that ball on his stomach, that ball probably hits the surface and comes out.
Had just 4 catches for 55 yards. They've been waiting and hoping to get him back. He's got to feel comfortable in that knee and his cutting ability and his speed, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible that he's back out here.
Final minute of the first quarter.
Georgia at the 20, 1st and 10.
And false start up front.
False start. Offense. Number 69. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's the second team All-American left tackle, Jamari Sawyer.
Really, he battled through some injuries, been the most consistent offensive lineman up there, become the leader. It's a little bit early there, trying to reach.
And he's been asked about the losses to Bama, the trouble in the trenches. He says you can't hide from the truth. You just got to change it. Trying to tonight. Clock winding inside of 10 seconds in the quarter now. 1st and 15. And they hand it off in heavy traffic.
That's going to be a stop at the line of scrimmage.
Big DJ Dale.
2nd and 15. It's going to be end of the first quarter. Your score is so Alabama 3,
on their
Georgia 0.
Dogs trying to answer. End of the first quarter in Indy. Watching the college football play.
And we're going to head to a commercial break. Guys, we got 1,971 viewers. We need to have half the likes. We need 1,000 likes. So I need at least 700 of you guys to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, so we can get as close to 1,000 as possible. Break our like record. Make sure you guys smash that like button. We're trying to break a like record of 1,000. So if you can, hit that like, that thumbs up button, and get us as close to 1,000 as you can. It shows that you support the stream, supports me, and I do thank you if you hit that like button. Let's try to get to 1,000, everybody. We're almost halfway there, 493. We just hit 500. Halfway there, guys. Halfway to 1,000. And for anybody who's asking or who's wondering, I am going for Alabama. I think Alabama's going to take it tonight. So we need 470 more likes, guys. 470 more gets us to that 1,000. Break our like record. We need 1,000 likes, 1,000 thumbs up. Coming over to our votes, we have 1,742 votes. So we definitely need to hit 1,000 likes, guys. We've got 1,700 votes. 55% of you are saying that Alabama's going to win out of that 1,756. So we just hit 582. We're about to hit 600, guys. Almost 400 more. 400 more likes. And we'll get to that 1,000.
There is the prize at stake here. Alabama's got 3 of those beauties in the playoff era. Last time Georgia won, trophy looked very different. Wooden plaque, not nearly as shiny and fancy. I'd love to get one of those. Promising possession here. Driven at 69 yards, 2nd and 14. Todd crowd the line. Bennett flips it across the middle, and it's the first catch for Bowers, who's knocked down after a short gain.
If you're a Georgia fan, you're sitting at home saying, okay, all right, they're getting the big fella more involved here. We're starting to see 19. We didn't see him in the first few drives, and now they're starting to try to get his hands on the football. If you're not familiar with Georgia, their strength of this team is their running backs, the depth at running back, the versatility, how they move them around, and the tight ends are as good as anybody you'll see in the country.
He's been a tremendous tight end at yards after the catch. Couldn't get free there, and so Bennett faces a 3rd and 9. Last time, ball out quickly. Barton on a slant. Makes a man miss and spins down. 1st and goal.
That's going to be a first down.
The best thing about
First
that
and
is
goal.
Todd Monken gave him a play where he can get the ball out fast. Watch, 1, 2, 3, pitch, ball out. That way you don't allow Will Anderson and company to get to you.
James Cook in the game. He's
Quick run, and that's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and goal.
Millen, DeMarco Helms came around the corner.
Yeah, it's tough sledding against this scheme and what they do. They'll take away. The linemen can't climb up to the backers, get the safeties involved. Even Stetson Bennett told us yesterday, man, we get down inside the 10. It's just tough with the way they play. Look for the big tight end. We saw it in the SEC championship game. You know it's coming, and you still have a hard time matching up with him because he's 6'7". Now, I don't know if they go back to it, but it sure looked good when in Atlanta when they hit it for an early touchdown.
Washington's to the slot to the right. Kurt. Bowers slot left. Empty. Bennett lofts it up. That was Bowers.
That's going to be an incomplete in the end zone.
Couldn't get past Helms.
Yeah,
going for number 19,
Bowers.
Bowers.
For safeties or linebackers. They have Helms on him now, who's a great player, but he's undersized in comparison to the big young freshman tight end.
What they say, how do you play him? Get
3rd
your
and goal.
hands on
3rd and
Bowers
goal.
at the line of scrimmage. Jam him.
Yeah, well, that time he was off. Helms stayed back, almost anticipating that he might be trying to go to that kind of alley-oop fade there.
Kenny McIntosh in the game. It's Pickens set off to the left with single coverage. Bennett tries to get there with his feet.
Bennett's on the move, and that's going to be stopped at the 5.
Will Anderson wouldn't let it happen. Bennett took a quick peek, Kirk, and then trying to get home, but no chance really.
You can see in his mind he has it in him. He's been drilled all week. We need your legs on 3rd down. We're not going to turn the ball over. If you don't like it, take off. He's an athletic guy that's got wiggle. He can make some positive yards, but Alabama, to their credit, they squeeze Georgia after that big pass to Pickens. They take it away and force the field goal.
And Jack Polizny is going to kick the field goal.
Reliable kicker. 20 of 25 this year. This from 24 yards.
And kicks right down the middle.
So the Dogs drive it.
Tie ball game, 3-3.
Almost 6 minutes. Even in Indy, early 2nd quarter.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break. Got a little over 1,934 viewers, 649 likes. Let's go ahead and get to 1,000 likes, guys. We need 350 likes. Make sure you're smashing that thumbs up button so we can get to 1,000 and break our like record. 350 likes, guys. 350 thumbs up gets us over our goal of 1,000 likes. Shows that you support the stream. Shows that you support me as well, and I do definitely thank you for that. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this. I also stream NBA, NFL, and of course we're on College Now. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe as well. 694 likes, getting close, guys. We just need 300 more. 300 more likes gets us to that goal of 1,000. Keep smashing that like, that thumbs up button, so we can hit our goal of 1,000 likes. $742. Guys, we're getting close. Just need 200 and 255 likes now, guys. 255 more likes gets us to that goal of 1,000. Shows that you support the stream. It's much appreciated. You guys keep smashing that like, thumbs up button. We just need 250 more.
Joined Bobby Bowden as just the second coach in the FBS division to win a title after turning 70. Saban would be the oldest, a couple weeks older than Bobby Bowden was.
Just an incredible run. In my mind, everybody has an opinion. There have been so many great coaches over the years, but I think he's the greatest coach to ever coach college football.
JoJo Earl with the fair catch.
And let's look at what we've seen from Georgia's defense. They at times look tired, but give them credit. They're making plays. How about third down pressure? Giving different looks. Blitzing, showing blitz, backing out on this 3rd and 6. They bring the blitz from the outside. They sit back in zone, confuse Bryce Young, hit him hard with Trayvon Walker on that last series. So Bill O'Brien trying to make some adjustments. You can see pressured versus non-pressured. Obviously, most quarterbacks prefer that column on the right. But Georgia dialing it up much better this game than the SEC championship game so far.
And much needed rest, Kirk. That long drive give him a chance to recover. Trying to get after Young, who launches to Williams.
Deep throw, and that's going to be picked off by Alabama.
He's to the Georgia 35. The main target staying down, though, and gripping his knee. Oh, my goodness. It was John Mechie at the same time of the game in Atlanta, and went down with a knee injury.
He went right down the middle of this defense. Safeties are both to the outside and works right down the middle behind the linebackers. Safeties are held to the outside with outside perimeter routes.
It looks like he twisted his ankle
at the end of the play,
coming
right
down.
Here, making a cut.
Awkward step. You
Oh,
see
no.
him grimace. Being helped off.
That's fine.
Oh. You know, you definitely hate seeing that. The injury there. We're on a quick commercial break. 2,000 viewers, guys. 811 likes. We need 198 more likes. And that gets us to 1,000, guys. So make sure you're smashing that like, that thumbs up. We just need 198 more. And we'll hit our goal of 1,000 likes. As we're on this commercial break. As far as the votes go, we've got 2,619 votes. Still at 55% Alabama for the win. If we break our 1,000 likes record, our previous record of the World Series was 895. And we're getting close to beating that one. So keep those likes coming, guys. Keep smashing that thumbs up. We're trying to break our record here. 1,000 likes. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this. And of course, feel free to donate by smashing that money sign box near the chat if you want to help support the stream as well. 90 more likes, guys. We're almost there. We're almost at 1,000. super excited.
Championship, presented by AT&T, is brought to you by delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Capital One, what's in your wallet? And Jreasn, cheesy, crunchy satisfaction.
Bryce Young's big play weapon, one of the elite deep receivers in college football. Jameson Williams is in the tent right now.
A little bit of confusion here on the back end from this defense. They get wide. See the safety coming down, corner drops. Nobody picks up Jameson Williams into the middle of that defense, and a big gain for Alabama.
Shout out to Marlo Reed with the $5 donation. You just gained yourself a wrench, sir. Welcome to the wrench gang.
Buddy Williams is okay. 40-yard gain, moves the ball to the 35. Young has been pressured a lot, but gets the ball out to Bolden, has been a frequent target, and he gets around the edge for a first down. Holly?
Well, guys, you could see Jameson Williams spin on that play awkwardly, and as he tried to regain his balance, as he planted, his knee went out immediately. They've carried him off the sideline. He was unable to put any weight on that knee, and he has gone into the injury tent with Jeff Allen, the athletic trainer.
Last year's championship game, the Heisman winner Devontae Smith had a brilliant first half. Couldn't play the second because of an injury. Off the hands, it ball very quickly, and that's Jai Hall, the true freshman receiver.
Yeah, Jai Hall is probably going to be asked to, so there he is right there walking with the trainer.
No problem, Daniel. Thanks a lot, man.
Jai Hall right
Thanks for
now,
being here.
Williamson over with the trainer is going to be asked to come out and play. A very highly touted freshman that got off to a slow start and had to earn his way in to be trusted. That one just a little bit high for him.
3rd and 1. And a false start. That'll back him up.
And right tackle.
You know, Williams targeted against Auburn and out of the game. That's a big reason why the Alabama offense struggled.
Offense, number 79, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They relied on Mechie and Ja'Cory Brooks. The freshman stepped up, but this is a very different.
So after the false start, it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Take Mechie and Williams out there.
Yeah, your top two targets, both over 1,000 yards, and it comes down to Bryce Young having to.
Shout out to Anything Allen with the $5 donation.
These young receivers.
Just gained yourself a wrench, sir. Welcome to the wrench gang.
To do things they haven't done, be the guy in a big game. Dogs show some pressure on 3rd and 6. Young
quick pass and the catch. It's going to be short. 4th down.
By Poole.
Yeah, they are getting to him. You know, they're coming with pressure off the edges, and they're getting enough pressure where he's
no problem, Kerry. Thanks for being here.
Stepping up there, just enough time to get that off before Tyndall got to him. But even when you don't get the sack, you affect the quarterback's timing and rhythm and force him with that to get that ball out. It's great to see him walking.
Wrench gang, we just broke the World Series record for likes. We're going to crack this 1,000.
And hammers this one through from 45.
And we've got a good field goal.
So that
field goal is good by Alabama.
Williams sets up the field goal. Alabama reclaims the lead 6-3. 11-12 to play before halftime. Concern is for Bama's play.
All right, we're on a quick commercial break, guys. 2,300 viewers. We just hit 1,000 likes. Congratulations, guys. We did it. I definitely do thank you for supporting me in the stream. Of course, also, if you guys want to donate to keep the stream going and support me, make sure you click that little money sign box next to the chat. You can donate whatever you want. It could be $1, $5, whatever you can. Everything that you donate helps me keep the channel going. So I definitely do thank you for that. Also, make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. I also stream NFL, NBA, and of course MLB. No problem, Caleb. Anything Allen with another $2 donation. Thanks a lot, man. Looking at the votes, we've got 3,146 votes saying, 54% saying yes, Alabama will win against Georgia. 3,155 votes. Man. Shout out to Marlo Reed with another $5 donation. Man, you guys are killing it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the support.
Brought the best of the regular season to the CFP. Taco Bell Live Más student section providing free tickets for tonight's national championship game to students from both schools. Giving the biggest game back to the biggest fans. Well, subdued from the Alabama fans in here. Serious concern. They've still got Bryce Young. Still got some weapons. Good running game in that defense, but Jameson Williams being checked out in the locker room as Bennett and the Dogs go back to work, and Kenny McIntosh brings it out. McIntosh has
what a run.
Flag down, still alive into Alabama territory.
My goodness, there is a flag down.
Inside the 40, but this one may come back.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 20, 10-yard penalty for the spot on the foul. First down.
Kirby Smart checking that out.
A good return, set up nicely. They get a double team off to the right. He hits it, but 20 Mondon definitely grabs a hold of the Alabama cover man and set them back at their own 20.
Nick Kirk had ruined a 59-yard return. Georgia hadn't made a lot of electric plays in the return game this
Jonas,
season.
we did it, bro. 1,000, man. Broke a record.
And another pre-snap misfire.
And the snap didn't come up. Everybody else moved. Van Pran did not bring the snap up.
False start, offense. Everyone except the snapper, 5-yard penalty, first down.
They keep getting behind the sticks here in this first half. You see the ball then come up. You know, these third downs that they've faced, because they get behind with these penalties, their average line to make 9 yards on their 4 third downs.
Bama has been the more penalty-prone team this season. Usually not a huge problem for Georgia. 6 already. Pressure, ball
quick
high.
throw, almost
tried to get it to Pickens, but he was under duress from Will Anderson
incomplete.
again.
And again, it's not the sack, right? It's just affecting the accuracy and the timing of the throw. You don't think 13 knows where 31 is? Of course he does. Every time he throws, he knows where he is. And just by getting in there, flashing his helmet right in the face of the undersized quarterback, he has to throw it. The ball goes high to Pickens.
Coaches say Will Anderson was made to play for Nick Saban. Perfectly wired. Bennett. Long throw
quick
to the
throw and a catch. It's going to be wrapped up
because he embraces the hard work.
It's going to be about 3rd and
go to the place
12.
where it's the hardest. And when they took that loss, it was Anderson that told his teammates, match me, match my effort, my energy.
Yeah, and you and I had a chance
Thanks
to sit
a lot,
down
Kerry.
with him, with Holly, and our whole team when he walked out of the room. Like, we wanted to hug him. I mean, he is just to me, it should be the ambassador of the sport next year. There's his parents fired up. What a good Just a good young man.
I like that ambassador of the sport.
He should be.
Could use more of them.
He should be.
And they need 12 on this third down. And it's a screen.
Quick screen play.
A lot of work to do.
And that's going to be stopped for a couple yards, and that's a 3 and out.
And to Otel when it's fourth down.
And we just talked about him, and it's on cue, right? His family's fired up, and they should be. What a sequence of plays for the All-American. He's going to rush that quarterback, right? Got to get to the quarterback. Nope. Awareness that the ball is getting dumped to Cook. And how about the speed by the big edge defender to eventually catch up to James Cook?
So savvy to go with all the obvious physical abilities. Bolden back to receive the punt of Camarda, who's punted well tonight and gets this one away too. Bolden retreats inside the 30.
Nice kick, but he drops it.
And has to just jump on the friendly bounce back at the 26-yard line.
Oh, big fella's tired. Look at him.
Got to stay awake, Uga.
We got a hockey promo here. Come on.
He was on the set. Lee Corso picking Georgia pregame. Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets in action Thursday night.
Carolina Hurricanes, Thursday, 7 o'clock, ESPN Plus.
I'll have to wake up by the time the Jackets get ready to play.
There's Mr. Corso, who once called Uga ugly, but has since learned to love him.
Oh, my gosh. Look at that. He's had enough.
No problem, Nick's Auto Detailing. Thanks a lot for being here, man.
Burton, or Brooks, I should say, one of those guys is going to have to step up as he did late in that game against Auburn. Cut the game-tying ball that sent it to overtime. Molly?
Well, Chris, Georgia defensive coordinator Dan Lanning gathered his defense together and addressed Jameson Williams' injury. He said one is gone, and that changes things. The only plays they've had are plays with one, so no more excuses. Play Georgia defense and don't give them anything. Chris?
Lanning, of course, off to Oregon, which will open against Georgia next season. How about that dynamic? But a big job to do in the meantime. Young across the middle.
Deep throw and a catch. And he's gone. He'll get caught down by the 10.
They can't. He's inside the 10.
Alabama with a big throw and catch.
Ringo, the corner, has inside leverage on the big tight end. So he sets him up, works to the outside. He's on an island against a bigger tight end. Accuracy, the throw, gets around Ringo, and his tight end, Latu, can go. Great speed.
61-yard gain. Robinson to the left. He caught a 28-yarder. That was the previous long play, but he did get up and go, didn't he?
He really did. Really nice throw to the outside. Defender tried to get underneath it. And then again, Latukin, because of his size, you don't think he can go that fast, but after the catch, at 250 pounds down that left sideline, almost takes it to the end zone.
Well, with Williams still being checked out, who will step up? Latu says, I can make plays. He's been a red zone weapon. This time he gets him into the red zone on 2nd and goal. Bryce across the middle.
Quick throw.
And it's incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Trying to find Latu again. Dean was in close coverage.
And they wanted to go back to him again. It's matched up with the Kobe Dean all the way over here. He's going to come across. You'll see 17 have to get through some traffic. His own defender gets in his way and actually almost impacted the play. It's like Channing Tindall, who had his eyes in the backfield, was kind of frozen, and Kobe Dean had to run through him and avoid it.
Yeah, and the ball almost bounced into Brooks' hands on the carom. 3rd and goal. Young on the move.
He's on the run.
And they've got him back to the 20.
He's going to get sacked.
Channing
3 and
Tindall,
out.
Tremendous series.
They initially rushed 3, and then eventually Tindall is just kind of waiting. He's been told we cannot let him get outside. Don't let him get outside of us this time. Last time we played him, he did. This time he's not gonna. Tindall catches up to him with his speed and brings him down.
And he just did what Georgia could not do in the SEC championship game. Sack Bryce Young. Reichard.
And field goal is good.
Providing all the Alabama points.
Your score is going to be
so
Alabama
far,
9,
3 for 3,
Georgia 3.
A 55-yard drive as the Dogs stiffen in the red zone. 6-point game, midway second.
All right, guys, we're on a quick commercial break. 2,592 viewers, 1,111 likes. We broke our like record, guys. I do thank you for that. Keep smashing that like button. See if we can hit 1,500. We just need 400 more likes, 400 more thumbs up. Make sure you guys smash that button, get us to 1,500 likes. See if we can set a crazy record. Heading over to the votes, we got 3,553 votes. 54% of you say that Alabama's going to win. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this. I also stream NBA, NFL, and of course MLB. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Anything Allen with another $2 donation saying let's get to 2,000 likes. Thanks for the support, man.
Provided support to education to the Extra Yard for Teachers initiative. Moments ago, presentation, that's CFP Executive Director Bill Hancock on the left, and our ESPN President Jimmy Pitaro dedicating $300,000 to recognize and support teachers, including funding to ensure equity within Indianapolis public schools. John Mechie going back to the Bama locker room, no doubt to check on his buddy Jameson Williams, who made that 40-yard catch. He came down awkwardly and had to be helped off the field. Here's a pooch kickoff, which bounces out of bounds, and the penalty will move the ball to the 35 for Georgia.
Georgia's offense going to have to come up with answers for Will Anderson Jr. here, setting the edge against the run. A great strength of his, not just a pass rusher. Just because he has a narrow frame doesn't mean he can't get involved in stopping the run. Here he flushes Stetson Bennett, throws it away. That's a win. And then the awareness, the instincts as an edge pressure guy, and then the hustle to chase down James Cook. He's been doing it all tonight, the way he has all year for the Alabama defense.
What answers can you find for this guy? Opponents have been trying to find answers for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing to do, and Georgia's still trying to kind of find their rhythm offensively. They hit the big play to Pickens, but other than that,
Georgia
it's been tough.
at the 35, first and 10.
The first 4 possessions. This is Cook trying to get it going on the left side. Just
going to run for about 2 yards.
Said that Will Anderson Jr. is a great fit for Nick Saban. Part of that's because he's never satisfied. We asked him why, and he's like, growing up with 5 older sisters, I couldn't be. They'd always tell me what I did wrong. Even now, if I play well, they're telling me I'm too slow. But the sisters are all at home watching. We wanted to give them a shout out. We appreciate how you've driven and pushed this young man. They have puppy duty. Will Scott and Nita had 10 pit bull babies. They're home watching the puppies. So shout out and much love to all Will Anderson sisters.
A lot going on in the household tonight there. A lot going on here for Will Anderson Jr.
Quick throw in the middle. That's going to be a Georgia first down.
But not before he gets a first down near midfield.
They brought Henry To'oTo'o, so it opened up a nice little hole there in the middle of the defense. They blitz, and nice job of picking that up. And Bennett kind of senses it, feels it, and just checks it down real quick to McIntosh and get positive yards for the first down.
Bennett on the move, delivers a throw.
Georgia throw, and that's
attempt.
Going to be incomplete.
A.D. Mitchell.
2nd and 10.
Incomplete.
He's going up against the junior college transfer, young player who hasn't played a ton of ball, Kyrie Jackson. That's a matchup that they wanted to try to create with Josh Jobe out with an injury. Pretty tight coverage there by Jackson.
Pressure on 2nd and 10. Bennett.
Quick throw and a catch.
The ball is juggled.
It's going to be for about 6 yards.
And driven out there is Bowers.
That's 3 guys that it takes to bring down the true freshman tight end. You got a linebacker there, you got a corner there, and then eventually a safety and Helms to clean it up. You know, this is one of those games you're just trying to give yourself a chance on 3rd down. I liked how he used his body there to protect the ball. There's 2, and then eventually they can't get him down. Here comes the 3rd defender in to clean it up.
Of course, he bulldozed through Bama defenders
3rd
for
and
a big
4.
touchdown late in the game in Atlanta. Dogs need 4 on 3rd. Slant.
Slant, and that's going to be a catch. Georgia first down, but he lost the ball.
Is he ruled down? Yes.
But he's ruled down. No
First
fumble.
down, Georgia inside the 35.
Stetson Bennett, he goes right back to that corner, Jackson, who is, again, very gifted, very talented, but also very inexperienced. So he's got a young freshman at A.D. Mitchell that gets inside leverage there with a nice route, and the timing is much better. That's where Georgia has to be. They were at 3rd and 4 there. They've been averaging 3rd and 10 on all of their 3rd downs, which doesn't sit well with Stetson in this scheme.
Bootleg wants to take a shot down.
Plenty of time, but that's going to be a sack.
That was down.
Big sack by Alabama.
That other talented young inside linebacker.
Boy, he is relentless. You know, you think about Will Anderson Jr., and here you've got a tackle and a back trying to get around to help. Watch Georgia. They've got a tackle and then the back White trying to help. He goes all the way around them both, and eventually is able to make that sack.
Tall, long from Fort Lauderdale. He's the next elite edge rusher for this defense, isn't he?
Yeah. Broderick Jones in at left tackle there, the freshman. And he works around him.
2nd sack for Bama makes it 2nd and 14 from the pocket. Bennett has some time. Now feels pressure, rolls, and just throws it away. That time it was good coverage.
3rd and 14.
The reason he shared with us the importance that he has to run the ball and not force it is he said he kept saying they play so much match man, so much man coverage underneath that looks like zone, and eventually when you run your routes, the linebackers engage with receivers and tight ends, and nobody's there for the quarterback. That time doing a nice job of not only matching up but also taking away his lanes to try to run the football. Another 3rd and long.
If they need 14, they could get within Podlesny's field goal range if they could move the ball about another 8 or 9 yards. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up. Bennett does have time. Checks it down over the middle.
It's going to be a catch.
Jackson
big
makes
hit.
The catch and pays a price. His toe knocked him down.
4th down.
30. That is the kind of gain, though, that's going to give Podlesny a chance to kick a 5th field goal here in the first.
That's one of those they'll take a peek at, you know, and hopefully it's not. They're not going to be called from upstairs. I mean, he hit him face mask to face mask. I don't think he lowered his head, but really aggressive, and to me, a great play by To'oTo'o, who was blitzing and then reverted back to help out on that play.
Podlesny, this is the longest field goal attempt of the season.
And he makes it.
Range in his career, and that's a beauty.
Georgia 6, Alabama 9.
And the Dogs back within 3 in this field goal duel.
Testing his leg strength and plenty of leg to get that through.
Sure did have plenty of leg. Adrenaline would be powerful stuff. That would have been good from 55, 50
Oh, yeah.
yards.
Yeah. Let's go back and take a look at there's toe. Let that Bill hop in here. Oh, he hits him in the chest. That's clean. Right, Bill? Initial contact there with the chest.
Yeah, I've got him picking his head up prior to the contact, so he's coming in with his face mask.
That's perfect.
And that's
right?
a good hit.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, right?
Keep the head up or get the head to the side.
Yeah.
So Bennett able to weather more heavy pass rush pressure in that drive.
Who thought 9-6 with 3:09 to go in the second quarter?
This is like Alabama LSU back in 2011, right? Speaking of rematches, the Tide shut them out in that championship game in the Superdome. After LSU had won in Tuscaloosa.
That's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, it's a grinder, isn't it? These defenses are really hard to succeed against on third down.
Right now, Georgia has 11 yards rushing. Alabama has 5 yards rushing.
Some of that with sacks factored in, but very, very little from the running back so far. I think we'll see a big run busted tonight. There's going to be a lot of this hard-earned 2-3 yard
It's going to be hard-earned, yeah.
Robinson. And a little
This could be a run for about 3 yards.
You know, Robinson had a big game against Cincinnati. You know,
Brian, Georgia won the coin toss and deferred.
To do with how Cincinnati played him and played that offense. They sat back, tried to prevent the big play in the pass game, and opened up the running game. Totally different matchup tonight against Georgia.
There's a career high for Robinson. Young delivers low. Nakobe Dean was in the area, but the pressure again influencing the throw. A lot less comfortable tonight, isn't he, Bryce Young?
He really is, and they're moving around and doing different ways of getting pressure. Watch the inside. Now he bounces to the outside, Wyatt, and he wins his one-on-one
Davis,
matchup.
52 and a half.
Kirby Smart say we lost a lot of individual matchups, whether it was a receiver and a defensive back, offensive line against a defensive line. We got to win some matchups. They're doing that tonight.
Devontae Wyatt, a really unsung player, lost 40 pounds, has worked hard, and he is a menace. Tough run stopper in this scheme, but also quick enough to get after the quarterback. Both sides pointing at the other here.
Offside. Defense, number 88, making contact with an offensive lineman. 5-yard penalty.
It's Jalen Carter who gone across.
McLaughlin's trying to make contact. He kind of reached his left hand out there to try to make contact with Carter.
It's a
different call here now.
Important 5 yards, 3rd and 2 now.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2.
Both teams just 2 of 7 on 3rd down. That's Holden who motioned and then is now back off the line of scrimmage. Young across the middle.
Quick throw.
Catch made.
And that's going to be a first down. He's got space.
Steps up in the absence of Williams and makes a big play.
Well, they use a mesh to try to affect Nakobe Dean.
Shout out to Kerry Harmon.
Concept. Watch Nakobe Dean.
Thanks for being here.
Right here, he gets caught up. Right in the middle, right there, just enough from Latu coming across the middle. He had to go around him, which gave Hall enough ability to get away and separate.
The tall, lanky Floridian, young guy in this receiving core. Robinson moves forward. You know, Young, you have so much trust in Mechie. He's the security blanket. Then you have the big play guy, Williams. Now you've got both those guys taken away. You got a pass rush that's all over you. It's going to be an interesting challenge for Bryce Young here, Kirk.
Yeah, and we talked to him about finding rhythm with the new receivers, and he said during that month off, we had extra time to throw with them.
Trying to find rhythm again, just off the fingertips of Hall. This is going to have a huge upside. Going to hear a lot more from him in coming years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, when you're a quarterback and you're used to working with your top receivers, you get reps with the other guys during the season, but not as much to be able to build that that rhythm that you can almost close your eyes and make a throw. And he said he intentionally worked once Mechie went down with these other receivers because he knew they'd be more involved. And I think he said, once we work for a few days, you can start to feel each guy runs routes a certain way, and you start to find the right way to throw to him.
Ideally, you'd want to have trust, but sometimes you just got to look for someone to step up and seize the moment. And on this 3rd and 8, a timeout is called here. Alabama trying to extend a 3-point lead. This year has had a much more defensive personality. You think about Kirk recent championship games and the offensive fireworks of Clemson's attack and Joe Burrow, Mac Jones last year. Different vibe here so far in Indy.
Yeah, and it makes, I think, both offensive coordinators and quarterbacks a little cautious. You don't want to be the guy that makes the critical error.
No problem, Gerald.
Thanks
for being here, bro.
It's early enough in this game that field position and little aspects of this game could decide.
Alicia, I'm rooting for Alabama.
But doesn't have a
think
field.
Bama's going to take it.
It's going to be a possession going into that 4th quarter, and we'll see what ends up happening. But adjustments having to be made, especially by Bill O'Brien, with Jameson Williams right now out of the game.
Who makes the play, who avoids the mistake.
Yep.
Really haven't had in the playoff era a championship game anything like this one so far. See what O'Brien comes up with on this 3rd and 8. Three receivers stacked to the right. Young looking that way, works back
Quick
across
throw,
the middle,
and that's going to be broken up
by Bolden. And in front of Smith, makes the catch.
What?
Waiting for the signal. Now it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's incomplete.
Spot the ball. Some hesitation.
Yeah, Christopher Smith is one of the leaders on that back end. The ball hits
had
the
it
surface
hit
and
the
comes
ground.
out. And he had a knee in that first matchup in the SEC championship. Didn't practice all week, and then he had to try to match up against his offense, and it really affected him in that game. He's much healthier here, and that time was on an island against the more veteran receiver, Slade Bolden.
So Saban not in field goal range, not looking to take a risk here, just hoping that Jesse Burnip can boot it high and pin the Dogs deep. Jackson makes the fair catch at the 10. Minute 33 before the break. Take a look at the quarterback comparison. Bennett got off to a very shaky start, but had the big play to Pickens to get himself going.
And both these offenses fairly one-dimensional. Having to throw the football without any ability right now to run the ball. Line of scrimmage has been tough. Interesting sequence here. I mean, you look at the clock. Alabama has all 3 timeouts. There's a minute 33 to go. Georgia's pinned inside their own 10. Are they going to be conservative? And is Alabama going to be able to have a chance to call 3 timeouts and force a 3 and out and get the ball maybe near midfield, have a chance at a field goal?
No problem, Brian. Thanks a lot for being here, man.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain.
It took a lot of time.
Georgia looks a little passive.
Took a lot of time to understand how this thing works.
Yeah, right now, looking over there, he is not doing it. I'm sure Kirby Smart, they want to slow things down right now. Surprised that Nick Saban didn't use that timeout there.
White able to get 4 yards.
Kirby very happy to see that clock still moving. If they run again, I think you'll definitely see Alabama use that timeout.
Inside of a minute. White.
Georgia with the run for maybe about a yard.
Outstanding first half. Picks up just a yard.
No.
Clock's still moving.
Yeah, looking over there. He's walking away. I think he's content. He's content with a 9-6 lead. Remember, Georgia did win the toss and defer. And they get the ball to start the second half. Yeah, he's going to let it go. Now he calls a timeout.
He just wants to force the punt, I guess. Mercedes EQ halftime report. Reese Davis, Desmond Howard, and David Pollack. David Pollack hoping that his preseason prediction that Georgia would lose to Bama in the SEC championship game and then avenge it to win the title comes true. aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear, making the plays that move you forward. Goodyear, more driven. How surprised are you with the way the first half's unfolded?
Very surprised. I mean, we thought we'd see with the playmaking ability for both of these offenses, the potential of what they can do. You think even though these defenses are outstanding, still there's a chance to make plays. And the second half, by the way, could be completely different. And at any moment, these offenses can catch fire. But yeah, to sit here at 9-6, big surprise.
Young, who threw 44 passes in the SEC championship game, on track to throw for more than 50 tonight.
Alicia, no problem. Thanks for being here.
Bennett directing traffic on this 3rd and 5. And it's White again, and he'll have the first down. And out across the 25, and that should just about do it. Now, everything to play for in the final 30 minutes. Neither team really able to take command. Bama kind of edging in front. Georgia answering with field goals. Both offenses struggling against these stout 3rd down defenses.
And we're going to go into halftime, guys. Georgia 6, Alabama 9.
Of this first half. Will Anderson doing his job, as is Nakobe Dean, the 2 defensive stars, showing you why.
We're going to take a quick commercial break as we go into halftime. Guys, we got 3,418 viewers, 1,338 likes. Let's get this over 1,500 likes, guys. We just need 200 more likes. Gets us over 1,500. So I just need 200 of you to go ahead and hit that like button so we can get over 1,500. Of course, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We also are trying to hit our subscriber goal. We need 130 more subscribers, and we hit 14,000. So make sure you subscribe as well. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this for NBA, NFL, and of course college. So make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, thanks a lot, Davis. All right, Harrison. Have a good night, bro. I know you got school in the morning. $80 more likes, guys. 80 more likes gets us to 1,500. Just need 80 more. Thanks a lot, Emma. Welcome to the family. We need 75 more likes. 75 more likes. And we'll hit 75 more subscribers. And we'll hit 14,000 subs. And we just need 58 more likes, and we'll hit 1,500 likes. So make sure you keep smashing that like button, that thumbs up, and of course make sure you subscribe. Thanks a lot, Christopher Leith. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, Annette. $36 more likes, guys. 36 more likes gets us to 1,500. 36 more. Make sure you're smashing that like, thumbs up button. Pro Master, I see you, bro. $13 more likes, guys. 13 more gets us to 1,500. Just need 13 more.
halftime report.
Let's have a look at our Mercedes EQ Electric Play fan pick, and it comes from the Alabama-Cincinnati game, the Cotton Bowl in the semifinals. Bryce Young to Ja'Cory Brooks. Might need some of that from Ja'Cory Brooks in the second half of the tie.
Yes, they do. Find somebody. Jameson Williams not coming back. Somebody got to make a play. Touchdown.
This is how you, the fans, voted. Tight vote, but just like a tight game that we have here. 52% going for Alabama. Okay, what second half adjustments would you like to see from Georgia?
I know Kirby and Nick are really excited. 9-6 is right in their wheelhouse. But offensively for Georgia, spit the ball on the perimeter. Alabama's bailing every single time. Run on the perimeter, but throw quick passes, RPOs, those slide RPOs to your tight ends, dude.
If I'm Bill O'Brien, the offensive coordinator for Alabama, I'm going to set the edge and roll Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, to the edge. You want to give him a clear field to work with, and then the second half, it appears they're going to have to be without Jameson Williams. You're going to find some more targets, too.
Young's been pressured on 11 of 27 dropbacks. Bennett on 8 of 26 of those from Will Anderson. A world premiere video from Katy Perry coming after the break.
All right, guys, we're still on commercial breaks here. Of course, make sure you're still hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We just need 50 more subscribers and we hit 14,000. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Just need 50 of you to hit that subscribe button. We'll hit our 14,000 goal. Thanks a lot for supporting your boy. What a game, what a game. Going through the recent subs, we got Barry Adams, Goldmine Golden, Turbo Williams, Joseph Grundy, Ray McKinnon, Fine Tune 15. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Just a few that I could name. Yeah, that would be amazing, right, Brian? Yeah, man, Jonas, I'm definitely excited. You know, if we did 1,500 likes and we broke our World Series record, definitely interested to see how the Super Bowl is going to play out. You know, and whether or not we can beat our like record of 1,500 and counting. You know, the game's not even over. We're at halftime, so who knows what we're going to hit when halftime's over. Also, don't forget you can donate and support the stream. All you got to do is click that little money sign inside that box next to the chat. You can donate whatever you like, $1, $5, whatever you feel. So if you guys want to donate as well, you can support the stream. It's much appreciated. Brooke Burton with another $5 donation. Thanks a lot. Much love and support from the Wrench Gang. All right, Marissa, have a good night.
Playoff national championship game presented by AT&T. Ready for the second half as we take a look at downtown Indy with the 5G connected drone cam powered by AT&T 5G. And a frigid night. Well, a rarity in the CFP era championship game where the first 5 scores have all been field goals. It doesn't add up when you consider that there are 333 combined passing yards. Chris Fowler back with Kirk Herbstreit. Georgia's committed some penalties, had poor field position, and the defenses have been tough in the red zone.
Yeah, the defense is, I think if there's a theme or a narrative, it's the defensive lines and the fronts have dominated the line of scrimmage against the offensive lines. The adjustments need to be made up front. Both offensive coordinators and O-line coaches need to come up with ways. You don't need to hang your hat running the ball, but these defenses need to feel some physicality in running the ball.
Alabama's longest run in the half, Kirk, 4 yards. Bennett had the one scramble, which he lost the ball and got it back. That was Georgia's best run. That's for
Right, so of course Georgia has the ball.
Let's take
after
a look at what
halftime.
we saw a lot of in the first half. And saw this Alabama defense dialed in, getting Alabama or getting Georgia behind the sticks, applying pressure a number of different ways. We saw mostly Will Anderson being able to get after Stetson Bennett. He never quite felt comfortable. He had the one big pass downfield where he got it on a first down throw, but great job of pressuring him. And look what they've averaged, going back to Kirby Smart's comment. Second down, they've been averaging 11 yards. Third down, 9 yards.
There's a first down run. And Zamir White muscles for 10. That's what Dogs fans are hoping to see a lot more of tonight.
My guess is Kirby Smart, after he left that interview with Molly, he went in there and went right to the offensive room and just challenged that offensive line's manhood. If we're going to win a national championship, you collectively have got to start being more physical, giving us a chance.
You wonder if Saban did the same thing to his offensive line. They haven't created any creases in the running game either. And White slips out of a tackle.
And that's going to be a first down and more.
And barrels into Alabama territory. There goes Zeus.
Well, Will Anderson got pushed to the inside by Jones. C59, he seals it. Now it's one-on-one. What a move there by White, who's known for being a power runner, but gives a shake that time to Helms and gets around him for more positive yards. There, we haven't seen them run the ball like this the entire first half.
2 carries, 30 yards. 3 tight ends in the game for Georgia. And it's a flea flicker. Bennett looking downfield.
Deep
and
throw,
just throws it
and that's
away.
going to be incomplete.
It was Bowers running down the middle. Pickens was over on the left. And Christian Harris was pressuring Bennett.
That was a really good job by DeMarco Helms, too, of staying back and not biting in. And remember, they just had back-to-back positive runs. You're thinking they're coming downhill. It's a really good time to call it. But look how he stays back there, takes away the shot down the middle, which is where he wanted to go. And all he could do was throw it away.
And they called intentional grounding.
Illegally ground the football, lost it down at the spot of the foul.
Ooh.
Second
It
down.
was clearly a throwaway. Pickens had kind of broken the route off. Bennett might not like the call.
Yeah, he came off it real quick. Watch the safety in the back, too. He's got to stay back, and he does. And then you could just see, I think it was that Stetson Bennett just came off and just kind of threw it away, gave the body language as if he was just giving up on the play, and he was inside the tackle box.
Once again, as Kirby Smart mentioned to Molly, they are behind the sticks. The penalty makes it 2nd and 19.
Yep.
Way too much of this tonight for Georgia. Bennett underneath to Cook. Dangerous with the football in his hands, makes a cut and gets back inside the 45. Make it a more reasonable 3rd down.
We saw in that Michigan game, Cook and Bowers and
We got a
others
3rd and
involved
8.
in a short passing game where they just got it out in space and let Cook do damage. We've not seen a lot of that. They get some positive yards here, at least give them a chance on 3rd down, but it's still 3rd and long after the intentional grounding.
And Cook got caught
3rd and 8 at the
44 up to the house.
3.
It's a big problem for Michigan in the semifinal. 3rd and 8. Pressure comes. Bennett retreats
and
it's
going to be a throwaway.
Once again, Christian Harris is a problem.
Yeah, the combination of Christian Harris. Look who he came off of. Will Anderson. Will Anderson's here, gets a lot of attention, and he comes right behind him off of the edge. Cook leaves, he gets out of the backfield, and it's so hard for a left tackle for Jones to come down on an All-American and then have enough flexibility to come back out against the speed of that blitzing linebacker Harris.
So they cover the flea flicker well. Bennett guilty of the intentional grounding, and that spoils the drive. Good job by Camarda, who pins the tie deep. Their catch made at the 7. Bryce Young's first possession of the second half coming up.
All right, so we're in a quick commercial break, guys. 2,335 viewers, 1,600 likes. Let's try to push it to 2,000, guys. Try to hit 2,000 likes. Just need 400 more. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. I also stream NBA, NFL, MLB. So make sure you lock it in. That way you don't have to go running around, worry about where you're going to find the next game, find the next stream. You know you can come here and not have to worry about the stream getting taken down for copyrights and all that nonsense. I keep it locked around here. Hit that subscribe button. Win vow. I haven't thought about it, but if I get enough requests for it, you know, it's definitely something I could look into.
Nakobe Dean catches a break, gets a little excited with his partner, Tyndall, saying, hey, man, you got to be aware. You got to help me out. Very next play, Tyndall feeding off of that energy and that push from his leader, reacts with a sack and then comes back to him and daps him up, saying, that's it. We're going to do this together. That's the leadership, man. That's the intangibles that Nakobe Dean brings to this Georgia defense. He's the guy. He's the quarterback of the D.
And the defense is Young and Bama pinned back here at the 7. Robinson trying to make something happen in the running game. Very little so far. He got 3 yards. Holly?
Well, guys, Jameson Williams will not return to this game for Alabama. He's gone to the locker room, and when the athletic trainers came back out onto the field and saw John Mechie out here, they sent him back in there to talk to him. So they won't give us an update, but what that tells me is that he does have a knee injury. That's a huge loss. 76 receptions on this season. The next closest guy with 35, somebody is going to have to step up here.
No doubt, Holly. We've seen A couple guys make plays. The passing game has actually been clicking. They just haven't found the end zone. Young launches downfield to Billingsley, and it's picked off by Smith.
And that's going to be a Georgia interception.
The safety was lurking back there. The tight end was well covered, and the Dogs with tonight's first takeaway.
Boy, right on cue, talking about somebody's going to have to make a play, and Billingsley can't get off of the coverage from Poole. He's kind of locked up there.
Marlene, no problem.
On him. The ball sails where he thought Billingsley would be able to get to, and Smith comes over for the interception. It's not just Bryce Young trying to adjust to five-star recruits. They're all talented, but you lose experience, you lose wisdom, you lose all those reps that you have with Mechie and Jamison Williams. That's what he's got to try to relate to and come to an understanding with this new group that he's working with.
Now can Bennett cash in? The pass is tipped at the line. And it was Anderson again getting the long arm up. You're just laughing. He just continues to dominate.
I just like to sit back and watch him play. He does everything. I mean, he is not a pass rusher, and that's it.
And that was almost picked off
almost like a
right back
linebacker
by Alabama.
Who happens to be billed at 6'4", like 240 pounds. It's his instincts, Chris, and his passion for the game, to me, that separate him. I know his family is fired up tonight to watch him play.
Did a great job raising him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
2nd and 10, Bennett, pump fakes, delivers a high throw, McIntosh, well covered, man, knocked down at the 40. Talk about working hard and taking some shots to gain 3 yards.
Yeah, they did a crossfire blitz with the two inside linebackers. Toe ends up getting home. He comes around. You'll see the other backer, Harris, come into the inside as well. And eventually, he's able to get through that gap. You can just see Stetson Bennett just uncomfortable, waiting for his receivers to get done with their route and turn so he has somebody to throw the ball to.
Another 3rd and long.
Todd, yes, I do.
Pressure, Anderson getting after Bennett, who rolls away from him.
And that's going to be incomplete, 3 and out.
From the start, trying to find Mitchell. 4th down.
You asked, what do you do against Will Anderson? Well, 3rd down, you move the launch point. You just forget trying to block him. Roll away from him. Look how quick he is, his get off. Even gets around Cook. It's a good idea to try to move him away from the pressure, but it eliminates the amount of receivers you have to throw. He just had the one receiver out there who is covered.
So the Dogs cannot cash in the first takeaway of the night. Smith's interception is wasted. And a 3 and out as they try to pin Bama back deep again. And the ball takes a friendly bounce. And that's Brock Bowers, a freshman All-American down there, making a play at the 2.
All right, with another quick commercial break, guys. We got a little over 2,700 viewers, 1,600 likes. We just need another 340 likes, 340 thumbs up, and we'll hit our next goal of 2,000. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, smash that thumbs up, so we can hit our next goal of 2,000 and set our like record for the year. Obviously until the playoffs and the Super Bowl come, but this is the most likes we've had, so let's keep it going. Of course, also make sure that you subscribe if you're new here. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this. I stream NFL, NBA, of course college, and MLB. So if any of those interest you, of course make sure you hit that subscribe button.
AT&T is brought to you by Allstate. Save money like a champion with Allstate. Taco Bell and Modelo. Root for those with a fighting spirit.
Saban calls Smart one of the best and most loyal assistant coaches he's ever had. LSU, year at the Dolphins, and 4 championships together in Alabama.
Incredible. They were synonymous there for so many years. And Kirby gets the opportunity to come back to his alma mater and coach at Georgia and doing incredible jobs.
Tonight, a massive opportunity for him. If they can come back and win to finally answer those critics who say, Georgia, yeah, but you can't beat Bama. Bryce Young again backed up, this time at the 2-yard line, coming off just his 6th interception of the season. Robinson fighting to avoid his safety. Is it Jalen Carter?
He's going to get about a yard out of the run.
And then heavy traffic behind him.
Doesn't this game feel like, as we're 5 minutes into the third quarter, field position, it's a 9-6 game. It's almost like neither offense wants to be the offense that makes the critical mistake that cost their team the game. Just a little tentative, being a little careful on offense.
I agree. On Bama's side, that might be because their big play guy is out of there.
Another quick run up the middle. Alabama still on his feet. First down and more.
Gets a roar from the Bama fans have waited all night to see a run like that.
He broke through 2 arm tackles, maybe a third. Carter, 88, gets his hands. He's working down the line. He breaks through that arm tackle. Lewis Seen comes up. That is a physical safety. He gets through him. The corner, Ringo, he works through him. And a 4th Georgia defender. He used a stiff arm to get through him.
And they call B-Rob, has improved Bama's field position. He's got it again. Talking about a guy that made his first start at Bama, Kirk, in his 53rd game. Waited behind Najee Harris the last couple of years. And had a career high. He talked about Cincinnati. Game 66. That is unheard of in this era.
For a lot of young players that get a little disgruntled, frustrated, and oftentimes, and nowadays they enter the transfer portal. Brian Robinson is the opposite of that. His first year, he was there behind Bo Scarborough, Damian Harris, then eventually Josh Jacobs, and eventually Najee Harris. And he waited, and it was frustrated. He kept working to be able to have this year in 2021.
Young gets it out to the far side, and that's Holden, Trayshawn Holden, the sophomore. He also did a lot to improve himself, got a lot stronger. He wasn't just sitting and waiting his turn, getting better.
No, he was, think about these backs. All these guys have had great college careers. Many are off to the NFL. Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris for the Steelers. And meanwhile, he's in the background while all of them are working. And instead of just sitting there and being frustrated, he's frustrated, but he's trying to learn from those guys to see what they did. And they kept telling him, man, you're going to get your chance. And eventually he has.
Quick throw.
Holden, it's his turn to try to step into the void.
It's going to be a catch and run for about a yard.
A couple times. Robinson told me there were some low points there.
Yeah.
You can imagine, but he decided to honor his commitment, and his family kind of encouraged him to do that.
And also, if you're at Alabama and you're a running back and you become the guy, you're eventually, through all that adversity, you're going to become a different back physically and mentally, and you become a dangerous weapon. There's Jameson Williams coming back, walking under his own power, coming out to be a part of this second half.
Good to see him walking okay, but in sweats. And as Holly said, he won't be a part of this game anymore. Sidearm pitch to Brooks. He's knocked down by Nolan Smith. A couple yards short of the marker. It'll be 3rd down.
And just trying to get the ball out to the edge. Even with Jameson Williams out, the game plan continues. Work the edges, make those cornerbacks have to tackle. 2 1,000-yard receivers out of this game. And Bryce Young relying on some young players and a couple veterans led by Slade Bolden, the slot receiver.
Young flips it to Sanders out of the backfield, who slips and fights with Walker. It's right near the marker. Looks like they'll give him a 1st down.
Really good patience of just waiting and waiting and waiting for this to eventually clear. You'll see these linebackers right here. Walker kind of gets occupied with that crossing route, and because of that, there's just enough room out there to flip it late, and eventually.
Sorry guys, yeah, the scoreboard's kind of just updating on its own, so just gotta wait till it updates. It's going to be a quick catch and run for about a yard.
We don't know the diagnosis, unlikely to get it tonight.
Second down.
Certainly a promising sign that Jameson Williams is able to walk like that. Not crutches, allowed to be on his feet. And maybe this very high draft prospect will not have that hurt too much by what's happened here. We were hopeful of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job there by Georgia. That just leveraging the football. Instead of one guy trying to make that tackle, you have two out there on the edge.
Another short throw. It's Robinson, runs right into seam and just drives him backwards.
I love that. I love one of the hardest hitting safeties in the SEC coming down.
Nice game, but it's going to be a 3rd and 2.
Ryan Robinson at 225 pounds. Again, quick throws out to the edge. Make those corners, make those safeties tackle. Seen a little bit high there. Robinson's able to lower that shoulder and get into it.
Emil Ekiyor, the right guard for the side, lost his helmet. Got to come out for this 3rd and 2 play. J.C. Latham stepping in to his position. Young to Robinson again.
Quick throw. Robinson gets the first down and more.
Receiver. Good to get Robinson going inside the 40.
But as much as Georgia blitzes the linebackers, a great answer to that is to just get it outside as quick as you can, especially on 3rd and short. Dump it out there to Robinson, make the defensive backs have to tackle him when he's running downhill. Really good call by Bill O'Brien there on 3rd down.
And Ekiyor is back in the game at right guard. Robinson's got it again. Testing the middle.
Man, he's starting to
fall forward.
Robinson with the hard run.
Yeah, he is. I mean, this entire drive seems like Four has had his hands on the ball, catching the ball to the backfield and getting behind this offensive line that's starting to block a lot better, getting a much better push.
It's Jalen Carter.
So we got a 2nd and 4.
Nose guard for the Dogs.
There is a
checking him out. We'll step
Georgia
aside.
player down.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. Got a little over 3,657 viewers, 1,700 likes. Just need 200 of you guys to go ahead and hit that like button. 230 likes gets us over 2,000, which would be the most likes we've ever had. So make sure you guys smash that like, that thumbs up button, so we can hit our next goal of 2,000. Of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can be updated with streams just like this. I also stream NFL, NBA, and of course MLB. So make sure you subscribe and lock it in. 160 more likes, guys. 160 more likes gets us to 2,000. Keep smashing that like button. Keep hitting that thumbs up. And we're going to hit our next goal of 2,000. And of course, make sure you subscribe. What's up, Richard? How you doing, man? All right, so 95 more likes, guys. 95 more likes gets us to 2,000. Just need 95 of you to hit that like button, that thumbs up button, and then we'll hit our goal of 2,000, smashing our last record from the World Series.
You don't want to miss from the Bob's Burgers movie, only in theaters May 27th.
What a drive Alabama has put together here. 11 plays, 64 yards.
And Bryce Young,
I'm doing great, man.
Having
a good night.
7 for 7 on the drive. Short passes, but they moved the ball inside the 35. 2nd and 4. Robinson fighting hard to get near the marker. It'll be the kind of 3rd down that Bill O'Brien will like, about a yard.
Let's not forget about what both teams talked about from the first matchup. Alabama, long drives, converting on 3rd down, getting the talented Georgia defense fatigued and tired. Georgia worked really hard for that not to become a factor, but on these longer drives in the second half, hands on hips, starting to see it potentially become an issue.
Robinson makes the 1st down. Kirk, you're exactly right. In that energized huddle in that last time out, Bama players and coaches telling each other they're getting tired. They're getting tired. You can overhear that.
Yeah, and when Carter went down, you know, he walked off. He probably will be back out. I mean, it allowed that Georgia defense to regroup somewhat, but there's no doubt on that 11-play drive, we saw Georgia defense getting tired.
Robinson again hit low and knocked down by Nolan Smith.
And Nolan Smith doing a really good job off the edge. At time Billingsley just not able to block him. He just shedded him and got into the backfield. You know, Bama's been doing a much better job. Watch 4 right there. Just gets off at 19, and then Submarines, Brian Robinson. They've been doing a much better job of mixing up run with pass on this drive of 14 plays.
Sanders spelling Robinson motions to the far right of the formation on 2nd and 11. Dogs bring some late pressure off the edge.
Big throw and
a
incomplete.
Throw, trying to find Ja'Cory Brooks.
3rd and 11.
In coverage. 3rd down and 11.
He got pressure. I mean, they bring a blitz, but it's the inside. We just talked about Jalen Carter.
What's up, Grace?
Back in, and he is in. And I think that affected this. 88 gets a little bit high. That's why the Alabama fans are reacting. You know, they got into the face mask on that throw. A little bit with the right elbow from Jalen Carter. He's still got enough on that ball to give his receiver a chance.
Try to work that back shoulder. Hey, Kirkby talking about the timing, the reps. Brooks is not a guy that, if it's Mechie, it's maybe a different situation there. Play clock at 3. Dogs bring the heat again. Young backpedals and fires downfield, and it's incomplete.
It's incomplete. My goodness. Almost caught it.
Step inside the 10. 4th down.
You know, on 3rd down, they're going to blitz their linebackers, and they bring them. How about the job by Brian Robinson of stepping up on Kobe Dean, who you know is going to, he does such a good job of finding those creases. Boom, right there, just before Kendall can get to him. And I'll tell you what, there was a lot of activity. That ball is perfectly thrown right on the money to the freshman Hall, who kind of wrong-armed it and just could not bring it in.
The reliable Reichard tries to make it 4 for 4 tonight, but it's blocked. The Dogs are very good at blocking field goals.
Blocked field goal.
It's the 3rd this season, and the lead is still 3.
What's up, Smooth Mixed?
Right in the middle. You get a big push by Wyatt. 88 also Carter. Looks like Carter's left hand knocked that ball away.
Can I ask you a question?
All right, we're on another quick commercial break. A little over 3,750 viewers. 1,966 likes. Guys, we just need 34 more likes.